Warning. You are entering Open Lines Friday. For today anything goes. Thank you for your cooperation.
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gonna be biblical.
All right, this is King Butcher. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the Boxing Debate Arena. Open Lines Friday, you know how it works. Link in the chat. Sorry, link in the description. I will be posting the link in the chat. And yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to talk about. So I posted, if you look at the thumbnail, it's Beterbiev and Bivol. That's the biggest fight, probably of the year, that's going to be coming up. So obviously we can talk about whatever you guys want. Also, I'm going to be live streaming while we talk boxing. I'll be live streaming the game Undisputed. I set up like two AI fighters. So we can talk boxing, and while that happens, we can watch some some video game footage. Let's see if this actually works. But yeah, all right. So the link is in the description. I'm going to post the link in the chat. Just give me 2 seconds. Actually, I'm going to post the link in the chat with BDA's account, the main BDA boxing. That's not BDA, that's me. That's Bucho posting the link. But yeah, guys, I was rewatching Fury and the Fury versus Tyson Fury. Jesus. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. And guys, you got to watch it again. Fury wasn't doing that bad. I'm going to make a video, hopefully soon, and I'm going to show the best moments of Tyson Fury in that fight. Now, I know he lost the fight. I'm not saying he won the fight, but I think a lot of people are dismissing the good work that he put in there in the first 5 rounds. The first 5 rounds. Jay in the chat says Usyk finishes him this time. Maybe. I mean, it's possible. I also think that Usyk could go down. Not a knockout, but a knockdown. If Fury does what I think he can do, I think he can win the fight. But yeah, that's something we can talk about. We can obviously talk about Bivol and Beterbiev. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer, the cinematic like movie trailer type of video. Man, that was crazy. They're going crazy with this previous the Riyadh season. I actually like this previous. It reminds me of the old days when they used to have, obviously videos not as complex as that one, but they were like, shooting. They were in the desert or something. I don't know. That's pretty good. They should bring that back. All right, so I'm gonna make this screen a bit bigger here. There we go. I don't know if you guys want me to leave the game playing like that big or smaller. You guys let me know. All right. We have Badfish Boxing and the Quacks on the Discord. What's up, guys? Yo, yo. All right, guys. What do you want to talk about?
What's up, bro? You don't want to talk about Michaela Mayer, Alicia Baumgartner,
Yo, what the
these
fuck?
great
Seriously, I don't
women
even know.
fighting tonight?
Yeah. Nah. I mean, if you want to follow, if you are into that shit, that's fine. You know, I'm not into women's
It's not
boxing.
shit. It's a sport, Lucho. You gotta respect it.
I mean, I respect them. I mean, sure, they can do whatever they want. You know, I'm just not into that. I don't know, guys. What do you want to talk about? No, seriously, there's really not that much.
I
Well, I
thought you were going
mean,
to talk about the Beterbiev fight, but
Oh, if you
it's
want,
probably,
yeah, like I said, if you want to talk about it, go ahead, man.
well, I don't know. That's been beat to death already. When's that going down again?
October the
next month,
12th. October the 12th.
like more weeks, right? 2, 3 more weeks.
Oh, I
Right.
know what you can talk about. You need to get Alan on here. Alan will read you that fucked up shit his wife wrote to
So we can
Beterbiev.
talk about Triple G or what?
Oh, the Bivol, the wife thing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think
Well,
I heard
but
she
she's
made
been doing
something
that
up.
shit for months now, Bucho. She's been doing that shit for months. I remember I
She's
had video. I
definitely not
recorded
happy.
her video of her complaining, telling her story of what happened between her and Bivol. Basically, she didn't let this nigga enjoy that Canelo win, and
How
she
did?
started running her mouth as soon as he beat Canelo, talking about I don't want to be in Saudi Arabia. I want to live in Russia.
Okay,
And he was bringing her, he was taking her around the world too much,
so
type shit.
once Bivol got that paycheck, she changed. See, money
Yep.
changes people. Money changes people.
And she's saying like he's a monster because the money is, but like, bitch, you're the one who, I don't know,
Yeah.
you're the one who's asking for more money. Her whole thing is that he's only paying her like $550 per kid a month, and I mean, I don't know the laws or whatever wherever she's at. They're in like
Yeah.
international, right? I don't even think this dude lives in Russia or nothing. Uh,
Oh no, he lives in California. But I don't know if
she
no, I
lives
know
in
he trains in
California. Wow.
California. I don't know if he lives there.
Well, that'd be a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. It's the worst place you can get married.
Well, her whole thing, it seems like this bitch don't want to work no more. She still wants to live like she's his wife, but don't want to be attached to him.
Hmm.
Because if you look on her social media, her Instagram is still, it's still Bivol is the first word of her name is Bivol Kate. You know.
Right. Well,
She
I don't
still
know.
wants to eat
Also,
off his name. She bitch don't want to go to work. That's the problem, Bucho.
yeah, exactly. Obviously, yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, is that gonna be an excuse? I mean, is Bivol not focused for this fight now, or what? What's going on?
That doesn't help. Did you read what she wrote?
No.
She listed off like every fucking injury like he's ever had and stuff that was never disclosed. So kind of fucked up.
Hmm. Damn.
She's leaving comments underneath the promotion for the fight saying, "Me and my kids are going for Archer." Like it's really fucked, bro.
Oh wow, really?
Oh yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, bro.
that's weird.
She's tagging Canelo in her videos saying, "Help, Canelo, please! They're trying to shut me down." It's kind of crazy, and it just shows like how much like I don't know like how vindictive a woman can be, bro. Like what does Canelo got to do with
Right.
that shit? Oh, let me team up and take down Bivol with you because he beat me in a boxing match. Like
Do you think he's just trying to piss Bivol off, or she's trying to get something out of him?
I think she's not happy in what she's getting.
Right.
So
Oh,
now,
yeah, yeah.
so now it's women often do things irrationally. Think about
That's
it this
true.
way: how is she getting money? She's getting it from him. So the first thought that comes into her head is to harm the person who's making the money. It doesn't make a lot of logical sense, but from an
Hmm.
emotional standpoint, it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Especially if you dealt with women before. That's what they
So
do.
this isn't a calculated move. It's irrational. She's just being irrational and crazy. That makes sense. That makes sense.
she's saying that she said that Russian bots that Eddie Hearn and Bevil's team are sending bots to harass her on her Instagram page. So it's
Damn.
a bit much.
And she doesn't look that crazy. But she does look like someone that's quiet, but they're
Bucho, those are the worst ones, bro. Those are the worst
yeah,
ones.
exactly. You're right. They think, they calculate sometimes, and they work. They're sneaky, basically, fucking sneaky, man. But anyways, whatever. Is there anything else we can talk about besides fucking women here? Sergeant Slaughter. Who's Sergeant
Oh
Slaughter?
shit, what's up, Wayne?
How's it going? It's Gonzalo.
Oh yeah,
What's up,
what's
guys?
up, man? Gonzalo's back.
How you guys doing?
Pretty
What's
good,
up, Wayne? Who
man.
do you think is gonna win between Bivol and Beterbiev? I keep jumping back and forth between who can win,
Yeah,
bro.
me too, man.
I think I'm leaning towards Beterbiev. You know, he's only lost 5 times as in the entirety, amateur and professional combined, and that was maybe once or twice against Usyk. So he's only lost 3 times to any other person in his whole life. And you know, just style is like if you say Bibble is back and forth, you know, he moves pretty good within that one dimension, in and out. Uh, Beterbiev moves in the zigzag. So when you're trying to chase somebody, imagine you're trying to shoot somebody with the gun and the other guy's moving in the zigzag. That's the way you avoid getting fucking shot. But just reverse that, where instead of running away in the zigzag, he's coming at you in a zigzag, while the other dude's attacking you in the straight line. So I think that zigzag movement and his good boxing ability for his punching power is gonna catch the other dude coming in on that straight line. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just don't know how. Like, can Beterbiev surprise Bivol? It seems like Bivol's very like his reaction time is pretty good. His reaction time is pretty good, and I just feel like Beterbiev's just getting old, man. He's not.
I think you will. I think you'll be surprised later in the fight. I think what you're saying is going to be pretty accurate up until around like the 6th, 7th round. You'll see him start to wear out.
Do you see Bivol on the ropes, like leaning on the ropes and just taking like all these fucking Beterbiev punches and shit? No, he's gonna
Not
have.
right away. Not right away, but
No,
maybe
exactly.
around
No, so
like the
you're right.
11th.
Yeah,
I mean,
that could happen. Now, if he gets tired, then he has. I mean, then he's in trouble. But I
the
think
thing
he's.
about Beterbiev, he's pretty insist. He's pretty insistent. He's like incessant. He doesn't quit until he gets the job done. You know, every time he's gone out there, he's always maintained the pressure, and eventually, you know, he gets it done. I remember when Joe Smith rocked Bivol, like right on the tail end of a round, because he got careless or something.
Yeah.
That could happen again, where the guy just keeps pressuring, insisting, and he finds that one punch that just fucks him up, and eventually he's gonna get him. I think he knocks him out late.
Woo!
Yo, should I play
Gonz,
some?
that's what I'm taking too, Gonzalo. I'm taking like 11th. Maybe I'm actually even contemplating the 12th round. I think it's going to take a while, but I think you'll get him.
We need to check the odds for this, guys. In the chat, can anybody check the odds, please? Beterbiev by stoppage. 10, 11,
You know,
12.
I was watching some Beterbiev a video, some highlights. The only way he's really been outboxed before is by Usyk circling around from his power hands, circling away. And you know that Bivol doesn't really circle around. He's just back and forth. That's another thing. I mean, I'm not saying that you know he can't do that, circle away from Beterbiev's power hand, but the dude just pretty much in and out, in and out. That's what I noticed.
I gotta go watch and rewatch all these fights again. We have 2 weeks. The fight's in 2 weeks, guys. Let's see. 1, 2 weeks. Yep. Oh shit. But yeah, I'd say it's one of the biggest fights of the year, guys. No doubt about it. I think it's up with.
Well, they
up
said,
there. Yeah.
damn, they said better be by knockouts plus 160. That's what Grant G says in the chat. That's
Man, that's almost not. I mean, that's almost 2 to 1. Not even 1.5.
yeah. It's not fantastic, but obviously he's the favorite of the fight. Then I would suspect he's probably like a minus 150 then going into it.
But can you check for rounds 10, 11, and 12 for Beterbiev?
Yeah. Let me go on Bovada.
Because you guys are saying that that's your pick, right? Late
Yeah.
late stoppage. So, uh, people in the chat are saying it's too low. Absolutely. There's some rando saying it's very low. I think they think it's highly likely, or it's a big possibility. So they're going with that, with those odds. But holy shit. By the way, somebody's asking for a StreamYard link. I don't think I can open Stream like I have a lot of program software stuff open, and if I open another like browser,
That thing works like shit.
what happened? What?
I said that StreamYard works like shit, doesn't it? That's like that program doesn't work well, does it?
Sometimes it does. I just have too much shit open, and my computer is gonna crash. So, sorry, man. Try to get on Discord. It's pretty easy. Just download the app or use it on your browser. All right, who else do we have in here? We have Ason or Ason, and yeah. All right. By the way, Mr. BD is gonna be uploading a video. He told me a preview for Beterbiev versus Bivol. It's gonna be posted on the second BDA channel. It's called BDA Live. So you're gonna see the video posted on the community section of the main BDA channel. So that's video. I think we're gonna post it today or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. All right. What else, guys? What else?
I'm looking.
Vegas, the new face of boxing, is gonna fight Lamont Roche, the 130-pound sensation and former champion in unification. I just playing. Nah. Yeah, he's bringing up another 130 guy, bro. So we thought he was gonna fight. What's his name? Rayo, right? And then they turned it down, and they're saying, they're saying he's ducking, whatever. But Robert Garcia came out and said they offered the fight at 135. So they wanted Rayo to come down to 135 to fight him, and we've already seen kind of Rayo at 135. We've seen why he went up, because he got chinned by De Los Santos. So, we already seen the play there. So instead of doing that fight, he's bringing up another 130-pound guy.
Yeah, it's an exhibition fight, I guess, or what? Like he's gonna stop him? Or
I mean, I don't know. That's what I thought. Frank Martin was, right. He was supposed to take a big fight after that, but it's another. One of these fights you could say like a tune-up or a stay busy type of fight. This guy really doesn't have a chance with him, right? I don't think anybody's taking Roach.
No. I don't think so. Well, that's boring as fuck. The other day, guys, there's rumors about Fundora and Crawford. Somebody told me that. Is that true?
I heard he's gonna fight Spence.
How is that possible?
Fundora against Spence?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I thought that was already sealed.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I don't know where Crawford comes into that.
I can't wait to see that fight. Fundora's gonna beat the brakes off of Spence, whatever's left of him.
I don't know, man.
He's gonna beat whatever brains he has left out of his ears, dude.
I posted I created a poll not long ago, and there was a lot of people picking Spence Jr., and they were actually laughing at the people who picked Fundora, because Spence is such a master inside the ring. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's not gonna. I kind of agree with Sobers on that, especially where he's at in his career right now. That's not a great matchup for him. He's not. That guy will go toe to toe with you, and he's a lot taller and longer. He's not going to be able to. He's not going to really connect on him the way he does other guys. I'll bet you the dick punches are going to be. There's going to be plenty.
Double digit dick punches.
Yep.
Fundora's going to retire Spence. Mark my words.
Hey, by the way, guys,
gonna put him in a coma. This might be a really dangerous fight.
Yeah, I agree.
For him just to jump in that fast, like after that, it's been like 2 years since Spence fought.
Yeah, something like that.
Apparently, Usyk in this simulation that we were doing here with Undisputed, Usyk stopped Muhammad Ali in round 2, round 3.
I believe it.
Hey, by the way,
I said I believe it.
one last question. So regarding Spence, so he left his trainer, right? Who's he training with?
I think he's training in the living room. What?
He's training in the bar. He's training at the strip club, drinking with his friends. That's what he's
I was about to say he's training in the barn and shit like
He's
that.
doing
Probably.
it, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. style. He's just got the TV in front of him. He's working out in the living room.
I don't think there's nothing. I don't think a trainer can do anything with Spence. Like at this point, he is what he is. I don't even think he has like the wits to really add to his game at this point. Like you could probably you could get him fit and all that, but he's dumb. You know what I mean? Like he just.
The best part of his game was his durability, and like he had a good punch selection too, but he can only do that if he can stay in the pocket and get shots off. He can't really do that anymore.
Well, yeah, because he was bigger than his opponents, and now he's gonna fight the guy that's 6'6", or 6'5".
Yeah, I don't think he could take damage though, even from the smaller guys. I think that's why Crawford hurt him so much. I don't think he has the punch resistance anymore.
And he couldn't put away a lightweight, man. Like he's overrated. Like I said, he was like a protected darling. Like he's a lot like Deontay, like one of those protected champs or whatever. They can make money off him, off his mystique. They were trying to call him the modern day Sugar Ray because I was like, I didn't see it at all.
Wow.
I always hated him. Like I really did.
They called him the what?
Modern day Sugar Ray.
Holy shit, that's not even like a comparable style. From a style standpoint, they don't even do the same thing at all.
Well, they were trying to do that. Remember, they had him at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. They've been doing all these things. Like Spence was, go some next shit, like kind of what Sugar Ray was. But Crawford got all that shit out of there. Like, you're like, all right, but.
You in here with the big dog now?
But back to his question, like who is he training with? Like that's a good question, but I don't know, like what could you do with him? Like he's damaged goods. The guy's just like, I don't think there's anything you can do with Spence. And then like for whoever he's fighting, but Fundora, like that's just a quick gimme. But I think Fundora's gonna retire him. Like I think he's gonna retire.
I think I agree as well. I think there'll be one of those fights that'll be too much.
It's gonna be ugly, bro. You thought Lubin was bad? Oh man.
It's not a bad, but if you think about it though, it's not a bad play for them because if he does have anything left and he can win, then it's all the better. But he's not going to get any better just keeping him on the shelf either. So I think they're kind of looking at it is what it is. If he gets it done, we can move forward. If he gets clipped, we make a little money in the process.
He could still like get him. Maybe it'll help maybe a bit for him to go to like Garcia and him just be used as a journeyman. Might as well collect some of them dollars before he retires. He's gonna need a retirement plan.
I think he's collected enough, but he's always been like, I always call him a situational. Like at 147, he's too big for 147. And he was never good enough to be at 154 or 160. Like truthfully, he should have been fighting at 160. Didn't he start at 154? A lot of people don't know that he started
in amateurs. Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't. I'm sorry. What did you say, brother?
Well, I think in the amateurs he was 52, wasn't he?
No, he started at 154. He came down in weight to have an advantage. He's a bigger dude coming down.
Yep.
So he could never compete with the 154. He was never definitely 160. Like he'd have been murdered up there. So like they tried to hack them into 147, and they got away with it for some years. But as far as like fundamentals and all those, they're starting to show now. Like Spence should have been at like 160 at this point.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. So if Fundora fights Spence, he's gonna what? Should this fight be allowed to take place or what?
Yeah, yes. They should do it. Get it over with. Get the shit over with. I think it's the best thing for him potentially.
I think Spence needs a tune-up, bro. It's been like a year.
He's the tune-up. That's what you don't get him, Mike.
Nah, you gotta give him a tune-up before he becomes a good tune-up.
He's but he can't even get through a tune-up. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think he.
He himself, out of his own mouth, he doesn't believe in tune-ups.
Are you saying?
Are you saying Al Heyman doesn't even believe in Spence at this point? He's like, well, even if you fight a guy that's a tune-up, you might fucking lose. So might as well just throw him in there.
That's right. What I believe. I'm saying,
I agree with that as well. You can't even risk it.
I would say Spence says he doesn't believe in tune-ups.
He's an idiot then.
It's almost like the Benavidez situation where, like, who do you put him in with right now? Because somebody upsets that, you kill everything. So everybody he's going to be in is going to be a soft touch. It's similar.
Nah, he needs some tune-ups, man. He really does.
Tune-ups where, like I say, because with his name, like he has a name, so probably what he's being used for. He does still have a name. He hasn't fought since the beatdown, so there is speculation that people want to see if he'll bounce back or not. So there's money in that. So, but if he gets washed in this fight, like it's a done deal. Like nobody's going to want to watch him anymore. Like he can just he made enough money. I'm tired of seeing him.
Yeah, he's got everything you just mentioned against him. On top of that, we don't even know his mental state. I would assume not that good.
It could never be good. Like boxers don't drink or smoke. Like period. So he's not supposed.
No,
his mental state.
I'm talking about like him being inactive.
Oh yeah.
Him getting a beat down. Like I don't know. His mental state. I mean, one thing is losing, right? Another thing is just getting your ass beat. So he needs a tune-up fight to bounce back, or at least to get some of his mental fortitude back, because it just seems like he's just there to get washed.
I don't even think he's that popular anymore. It's been 2 years since he's fought. For the casuals,
2 years?
Probably don't.
I thought it was a year.
For 2 years.
A year. 2
Damn,
years.
are you serious?
For the casuals, they probably, aside from maybe the car accident that they probably heard once upon a time, they don't really know what's up with him.
Yeah, I just checked. It's been a year and a few months. Yeah, it's been a year. See.
Yeah.
Okay. He's always been done. Like after the car crash, I was like, okay, he's done. Like it's like it's kind of like how I don't mean to be a nerd, but like how Palpatine looked at Anakin after he got broke all up. Like after he got broke up, I was like, he's damaged goods. He's no good. Like he's he's kind of a lot of that. Jimmy was saying a lot of that on his face is like plastic surgery. He drinks, he doesn't, he's missed learning curves. Like as you grow in boxing, there's learning curves that as you age, and you can miss certain learning curves, depending on how like your dedication. Yeah, he was after that car accident, I was just like, I'm good. I'm done. Off. But.
We got a super chat, and we are also watching a fight here. Deontay Wilder versus Tommy Morrison. Deontay Wilder already knocked down Tommy Morrison twice in the first round.
Sacrilegious.
How unrealistic is that?
No. Yeah. There's no way on God's green earth.
I think it's the other way around. We got a super chat from Mars Boxeo. Thank you for that super chat. He says, Al Heyman is feeding Spence to the wolves for not following his commands, leaving Thurman fight for Crawford. All right. I don't know about that. I mean, yeah, I think I agree with you with the Spence thing, though. It's Spence. He looked terrible against Crawford, and at this point, no tune-up. They're putting me in Fundora, probably. Yeah, they want this guy dead.
I don't know. Yeah. Put him against some randoms like Conwell or what's that guy? Exias? Isn't he at 154?
Who controls Fundora?
Or Josh Kelly? What about Josh Kelly? Him and Josh Kelly.
Yeah.
Conwell.
You can't pair Spence with you can't. Spence. You got to give for the casuals, they got to make money off the casuals. So you got to pair him with a name of somebody, of some type of stature, But it's certainly not going to any of those guys, or maybe Zoo. Like it was probably just Fundora probably was the guy on the bottom of the totem pole that's all they had anyway.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, at this point, Spence is still a big name, I guess. I think some people have lost hope, I guess, when it comes to Spence Jr., just because of how terrible he looked and all these conspiracy theories.
They hyped him up so much, man. They put him, I think he was at one point top 5 pound for pound. When did he ever become top 5 pound for pound?
Never.
When did he ever look good, though? Like, he didn't look good. Like, Kell Brook's face was already broken. Lamont Peterson was just damaged, and that was still competitive. When he fought with Porter, that was a drag. Unless it was a knockdown, he could have went to a draw. Like, he never looked good to me, ever.
The best fight, he looked good. Yeah, well, and not even that was kind of rough on him. I think the best fight he looked like legitimate was Chris Algieri. That's when he looked like.
But I agree, but no, I mean, but who's Chris Algieri? I mean, he's not.
Well, I'm just saying that's what that's the only guy I could.
Yeah, he looked like devastating in that fight. I agree. He looked devastating.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you guys mentioned the Chris Algieri fight. I watched that recently. Do you remember like Algieri like twisted his ankle and severely compromised mobility, and then like Spence finished that fight with like this crushing right hook that he hit his snot literally out of his face. But Algieri just kind of like sits down, and he seems to be bothered by like the ankle. He doesn't look like visibly shook.
I think Provodnikov hits harder than Spence, so I don't think he was really shook up from like the shock of the hit. It was just a combination in the size of the guy. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, I really can't push this guy off me. You know,
the weight behind it. But it showed me that like Spence's power is like extremely overrated. You know.
Well, the strongest I've ever seen Spence in the ring was against Leonard Bundu. So.
No, he has a point. He has a point that his powers. He couldn't fold Mikey. And Mikey was at times outboxing in certain spots. Like he couldn't even fold Mikey a lightweight. Like that was crazy. That's true.
And he was hitting everybody he could box. That was his excuse.
Those were prior to the car accident.
Yeah, but that was a terrible excuse.
Any performance prior to the car accident, he was pretty good.
Wasn't he weight trained though? Yeah, but he was. Mikey was before the car accident. Yeah, I think he had the rehydration clause. I think that is a kind of a good excuse, to be honest. But you said like in terms,
he was always on it though, because he was the IBF champ for years. He had to adhere to that for a long time.
After the car accident, you know what?
No, I think it was.
Jesus Christ, dude! Somebody said that he was. When he fought Crawford, at one point he was rated 5th pound per pound. After he lost to Crawford, you know what? The media still had him like 8 number pound for pound after he got beat the fuck up.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, exactly. It's the cuck media, bro. These are the same people that put top 5. These are the same people. They lost Spence, so they got to put somebody up there. So they put Stank Davis. But yeah, Spence. Yeah, I mean, he had the accolades. He did have 3 belts. I mean, he was a top waterweight, but he wasn't what they said he was. The second coming, as they tried to hype him.
Well, they had all those comparisons to Floyd, because remember he beat Floyd up in sparring, and everybody like really freaked out about that. Like this is going to be the guy that they're going to pass the torch on it, and he wasn't.
Yeah, too much is made of the sparring stuff. But like, what do you guys think of like the possibility of him fighting like Eubank? It occurred to me that could be a fight they make. It's not Chris Eubank is like this huge puncher, you know?
Isn't he like at 160 though or some shit?
Yeah, or he was at 6'8" too. Like he probably never be able to get down to 45. I'm 54 rather. Sorry.
No, but at 160, I feel like 160 for Spence is better because I don't think he can make welterweight, and I think with the beating he took, he might as well just go up 2 weight classes and fight someone who's half committed to boxing anyway, rather than fight someone who has like a lot to gain and to lose, like Fundora.
I think Eubank would stop him. Now that I think about it, now that you posed the question, I think he hits for what he is. He hits fairly hard. He hits much harder than Spence does, and they kind of fight the same. Spence will stay in the pocket with them, and they'll trade. I think Spence loses that fight.
Well, you can fight Annis if Annis needs to move up. What's that other guy? Connor Ben?
Yeah, but he's not even. I don't think he's. What do you say? He's not. He's not legal. Yeah, exactly. He's on suspension.
I thought that shit was over with.
I just meant it as like a name.
Not for America. I think he's allowed to fight him in England. Sorry, dude. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying Eubank is a big name. He's also on the wrong side of 35. He's not that committed to boxing. He looked very vulnerable. He got knocked out by Liam Smith. I agree with you that Eubank would probably stop him. But I think on paper, that fight's a lot easier to sell and could actually draw some hype. I mean, remember, like, Khan Brook. That was a total degenerate fight. But leading up to it, I got pretty excited, you know, just because the prospects seemed compelling. And I think it delivered. Like, that was a total, like, shit show mismatch that was entertaining. So
well, they had beef from
I
people.
didn't
They known each other forever. That helped.
My question: how do you draw those conclusions that would that's just like a possibility, or that it would just like happen? Oh, okay, Spence versus Eubank. I mean, I don't know.
Well, it's two
different weight
names.
class.
Yeah, but
Okay,
like
that's
you know, my reasoning is Spence would have a hard time making 154. So just put him in there 160, or Lara. Put him in there against Lara. He has a belt, right?
Yep, he does. He does.
Yeah, it's 60.
And he's 42.
Yeah, he made Danny look stupid. I thought that was going to happen too, but I didn't think Danny was going to kind
There
of
was
quit
something
like
wrong with
that.
Danny Garcia too, I think.
Yeah, I think
he
it was,
already had mental issues though. He had already had, I think, what do they call that when they take a break?
Mental breakdown.
Mental
health.
No,
mental health. Yeah, mental health break. He already had that.
How old is Danny?
Like 34, I think.
36.
36.
Oh, he's 36.
That's like midlife crisis area almost. So like when you're
that was
kind of
like 2 years ago. It was like 2 years ago when he had he was getting panic attacks. He had anxiety, and he had to step away. That's why he broke down in tears after, I think, the Benavidez fight. He broke down in tears, if you remember. He was crying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he was going through that depression and all that. But his dad was like one of the first loudmouths. Remember his Angel Garcia? That dude was nuts before Tio's dad and Bill Haney. He was one of the first ones.
Do you
Yeah, he
remember
was
why
dropping the N-bomb and Crawford.
That was it. Do you remember why they told him he can't be on camera no more?
Thurman.
Who they told Angel Garcia he couldn't be on camera no more?
Yeah, when they put the muzzle on him.
No, what happened?
Yeah, he was dropping the N-word with Thurman.
He was telling Keith Thurman he was a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay, not hard ER, but he's just saying nigga. Oh shit.
Yeah,
when was that?
He's
Like
a
2020?
blue-eyed Puerto Rican. No, this is 2014 or 2016, something like that. Way back. It's like 10 years ago.
Come on.
Yeah. No, Garcia, like on the broadcast, when he went down, took a knee, the commentators were like, "Oh, you know, he's got a young family, he's got investments." I'm like, I don't care about that shit.
Yeah, well,
why should I give a shit about
doing
it?
Okay,
what's he doing here, right?
Yeah.
Trying to reassure us that everything's fine or something. Like, okay. Don't worry, guys.
They're trying to justify. He doesn't. They're trying to justify like he doesn't deserve any more punishment. Like he took a wall in the left hand. Like this is a boxing fight. This is a world championship fight. Like what are you talking about?
Can you imagine though? They're like, he has a family. He has a family. He has investments, and he's not going to remember any of them after this.
Exactly.
God restore him.
Danny will be back, bro. Danny will be back in like bare knuckle. That guy, some of these guys, they can't stay away. They get addicted to the fame and the notoriety.
The other reason he lost.
That.
The other reason he lost probably because the fight took place at 160, didn't it? He's never fought at 160. He's a small guy. I mean,
it was a catch weight too. It was actually a catch weight 160.
That was 57, wasn't it?
They tried to do him a favor. They were
Danny Garcia's power went away as soon as he moved up to 147, basically.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I agree.
Yeah, 160, forget about it. He's old, so.
I agree. I actually kind of was curious about that because they made such a big deal of his punching power after the Sean Porter fight. I think it was. It's like he didn't really. I'm not saying he doesn't have respectable power, but it's like he never really hurt him. You know, like the only person he didn't really. You know, it's kind of funny. He's probably one of the only guys in the last 10 years that didn't hurt Thurman. Everybody hurts Thurman.
Hey, you're right, huh? I remember the Argentinian guy stunned him a long time ago. Remember?
Chavez?
Diego Chavez, yeah.
Yeah, Collazo hurt him. Like it's almost like a rite of passage. It's like you fight Thurman, you hurt him to the body.
Soto Caras, I think.
Soto.
Soto Caras. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Manny Pacquiao.
No, well, he dropped him. Yeah.
He hurt him to the body too.
Didn't
Porter
Barrios
hurt him to? Yeah, Barrios. Porter hurt him to the body. Like
Josecito Lopez.
Yeah, Josecito Lopez hurt him too. Yeah.
Josecito Lopez knocked him up before that round. I thought he was going to
fucking him up, bro.
After that Pacquiao fight, I guess he only fought once, but he started to spit his mouthpiece out every time he got hit to the body. He would just spit the mouthpiece out. He was like, "Nope, I gotta spit it out and hold it in my glove and run around now."
That's because he probably thought he was going to throw up. That's from cutting too much weight, I think. That's because like your stomach acid and shit like that, and when he gets hit in the stomach, he probably feels like he's going to throw up. So he gets the mouthpiece out to get rid of the gag reflex, to get more space and more air.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked too muscle bound. Like all of a sudden when he came back after that layoff for Barrios, he looked like he took some steroids. His hairline completely went.
Well, he was another guy that fought bigger. I think he fought at middleweight in the amateurs, so he dropped a shit ton of weight. He had to shrink down a lot,
and that's 165 in the amateurs,
right?
So yeah, it was really big. It's crazy that Golovkin, right? He fought his entire
42
at 165, right? And then
I think Golovkin was at 42 when he was younger.
No, but in the amateurs at the Olympic level, I'm saying he was a 165 pounder. He fought that guy Durrell, Andre, not Anthony. The bigger one, the more athletic
the better one, the better brother.
Yeah,
I got
you. Brother. Yeah. In like the lead up to the bronze medal match. But yeah, it's crazy. He was like 23 when he finished, and he just languished there in Europe, doing nothing until he was 30 years old.
Yeah, they didn't have a whole lot of promotions for that. And then that was in Germany, if you recall that correctly. They were pushing. He was underneath Felix, remember Felix Sturm? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he just ducked him blatantly for 7 years.
Yeah, he had to get out of there.
That's insane, right?
Yeah, it makes sense though. Think about it. How many German stars really get put out? So when they got one, they weren't going to let him. They weren't going to feed him to him.
Sure, but it's like the alphabet body is supposed to eventually be like, okay, you got to either vacate or fight this guy. He needs a shot. But
yeah, well, you would think so, but money talks and bullshit walks, and some of those fights back in Germany were huge. They're huge spectacles. They're some of the better fights I've seen. It kind of reminded me of pride fighting events. They put a lot into it.
Poland's good for that too. Like the Usyk fight with Dubois reminded me of all. They have an MMA promotion, and they have huge fights, huge attendance numbers. Poland. Obviously not huge gates, but very exciting.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad you agree, whoever that is.
Very boring. You guys are boring as fuck. Just letting you know.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mirage.
Go ahead, genius. Irrational feminine.
Let's talk about Benavidez' technical prowess right now. What is he going to use on the next?
Go ahead, Mirage.
Let's talk about his the angle he's going to have to, or the technical prowess he's going to have to exude on Jesse Hart. Let's talk about that. That's worth it.
I remember watching a fight with Jesse Hart where he was leading with his rear uppercut for rounds.
Man.
That was crazy.
What do you want to talk about? We've talked about that shit for 8 months. What do you want to talk about?
There's nothing to say. It's been 6 years of this fight supposed to happen, so we're talking about it for 6 years now.
Why didn't it happen for 6 years? And why does nobody criticize Bivol? How about that? Nobody ever.
What do you mean? I fucking criticize Bivol. Where have you been?
Yeah,
he beats up Canelo and he gets a free pass. Nobody says
no. Ain't nobody giving him a free pass.
Just go wait.
You're the one that was giving him a free pass. Remember that? Well,
where's the talk? Why didn't you unify?
Mirage is the bro. Mirage
do you denounce people? Do you denounce him?
Mirage is a master flip flopper, bro. That shit crazy.
Yeah, and I don't take him seriously at this
Mirage,
point.
Mirage the type of guy to let Jose Benavidez fuck his girl.
What?
Right, Mirage?
No, okay. Where's the winner pound for pound? Is he top 3? Do they overtake? Well, not Usyk. I guess he'd be number, but Inui because he's facing lackluster comp. And Crawford, he's inactive.
Right?
Crawford's inactive. I don't count him anymore. He's inactive.
They take out Crawford.
So Beterbiev, the winner should probably be arguably 1 or 2. You could say that.
Crawford's semi-retired anyway.
I think.
But Beterbiev is kind of inactive too, bro.
I still feel like Inoue's spot is unassailable just because it's his like whatever 4th weight class.
He just faced the guy Donnie who quit. Like,
But he's moving up 2 pounds every division, man. You can't take that.
But that's how it works with smaller guys. Like they don't put weight on the same way.
I take a dump right now. I lose 2 pounds. Big deal.
Well, he's moved up 14 pounds since he started his career.
Yeah, I have to agree with Mirage, bro.
They're midgets.
That should be like an increment, like every 5 rounds. I mean, 5 rounds. Every 5 pounds should be increments.
If you did that, those motherfuckers would be getting knocked out left and right.
Well, that's what we want to see, right?
I mean, it's already 4 pounds.
That.
So it's already 4-pound increments. So, but he's moved up 14 pounds from when he started.
Those divisions are shallow. They're weak. There's barely any Americans there.
You say that, but they're like they're the same number of fighters.
Hey, he fought that Neri guy, man.
Number of fighters ranked at bantamweight and super bantamweight are close to it as there are at lightweight and welterweight. They're around 1,800 fighters.
That Neri dude and go, oh, that Neri dude's a 2-division champ, blah blah. One of the biggest bums I've ever seen. No defense, just brawling, swinging. And I'm supposed to be impressed when that guy's chin's in the air and he just beats him. That guy's trash. That's one of the best wins.
Mirage, I know you give credit to nobody but Benavidez, but who do you give credit to the winner of this one? Beterbiev Bivol? Because I've never heard you give credit to anybody.
No, I give credit, but I have very high standards, in case you haven't noticed. So I don't give it out cheaply.
You're rare, delicate flower.
This is a legit fight. This is a legit fight.
Well, because the Beterbiev and Bivol, I think, are 7 and 8. They're somewhere on pound for pound. That's just nerd talk, but it's just interesting. I think they go above Inui. I'd put him above Inui right now.
I don't know. You got to put either one of them in the pound for pound, to be honest, because it's like the Spence versus Crawford thing all over again.
They're skilled fighters, so this is a serious fight, top level fight. So yeah, I'll give credit.
No, top 3 though. Did they take over Inui? Because you give him no credit.
They're ahead of Inui for sure. I put them.
And Crawford, I put them. They're gonna go ahead of. They should, man. These guys, they should honor that. These guys are the top guys. They're going to unify, undisputed. Finally, I agree they should have fought sooner, but they should go number 1. I mean, depending if you put.
I don't necessarily think so.
I would not.
They're not active enough.
That's way too far.
They go number 1 over
They're
Inui
both
and
not
Crawford.
active enough to hold that.
But they're fighting. They're fighting the fight.
Yeah, what's so good about this is they're unifying against a top dude without question. It's not like when Canelo unified versus Caleb Plant or Callum Smith or whatever. They weren't the top dudes. So these dudes clear number 1 and 2. So this gets the most credit in my book. It's not just picking up belts. You understand? It's picking up belts, but you're also beating the.
Yeah, it does say Beterbiev just knocks Bivol's head off clean. I think he's number 1. Like he obliterates the guy. We have this guy winning. He's gonna outbox him. And let's say he actually goes in there and stops him in 3 or 4. Then he's definitely arguably number 1.
Yeah, it's not a bad. You can't argue.
If Beterbiev would have moved up, let's say he beats Bivol. If he moves up, you think he beats Jay or whatever his name is?
Well, you have to analyze it at the time, but just pound for pound, when we're talking about, who the best fighter on the planet is, then you would have to put those guys up. Inui's not fighting another top pound for pound guy. Neither is Crawford. So that's pound for pound, right? These 2 guys are pound for pound, literally, and they're gonna fight each other. And if one of them dominates the other, then you have to put them number 1.
But wouldn't the pound for pound?
Put them above
wouldn't the pound per pound, wouldn't the criteria be more so for a guy that is fighting outside of his stipulated weight class?
Yes, I agree. That's normal. Like in Nui, that's why he gets so much credit in Usyk, right? Because they're smaller men beating the bigger guys. But when you have two pound for pound fighters fight each other, then they would go ahead of those guys.
Yeah, but neither of
I
them
don't
moved up to
necessarily.
beat
I
another
don't
pound for pound.
necessarily agree with the moving up in weight because it's really like it's a bullshit convention anyway. It's totally made up, right? You're scaling a fighter from what
I
he
wouldn't
could
say
do
made
at
up. I
one
would say
weight
obsolete.
relative to what he does at another weight. But you can only if you have more competition or better fighters at a particular weight, right? Then that should count for more than just moving up and beating some guys.
I agree. I mean, you shouldn't be moving out of weight classes. Yeah, I agree with that. You shouldn't be moving out of weight classes if the competition's good, especially certain weight classes. They're just we all know them as marquee weight classes.
That's fair because Haney did that at his
the
run,
thing
right?
is, the pound for pound is hypothetical, but the shit like certain fighters do that move up and beat another pound for pound, that's not even hypothetical. That's reality.
That's the point I just made about putting Bivol and Beterbiev arguably number one.
I wouldn't go too far to do that, to be honest.
Well, I said if Bivol 12-0s Beterbiev, right? It just whoops his ass. He's number one. He beat, we already have him within the top 7. And if Beterbiev knocks Bivol's head out the ring, then he goes number 1, man.
Well,
Dimitri Bivol is the most complete fighter.
Jaw's not even Jay or Apataya is not even a pound for pound fighter, and if they were to move up, I don't even see any of them beating him. To be honest.
You think Bivol's the most complete fighter on the whole roster?
Yes.
Is that what I heard? Really?
Yes.
I think he does everything. I think he has. Well, I think he's kind of like out of 5. If you gave somebody 5 tools, he has 4. Yeah. He doesn't have power.
Waist movement.
No, he's got power.
He has good power, but
his
waist movement is
power.
not that
But I mean,
good.
look at his KO ratio. His KO ratio, he's like at 50% already. So he's
true. He doesn't go
average.
for the kill. He doesn't go for the kill, but I don't think the KO ratio speaks to his power. He can crack and he can get guys respect. Like Mayweather, people said he was feather fisted, but he got guys respect just by hitting them with pot shots.
He hit him square.
Enough power. But yeah, like I think Bivol, the thing I noticed in his fight with Lyndon Arthur that I didn't like is he wasn't very good at throwing kind of conventional hooks. He throws like those kind of like hooks off the jab, or sometimes he throws like rear check hooks.
Yeah,
he doesn't
from
really
his hip.
he doesn't throw like a hook where he like actually sits down and throws to your body or throws to your head like Canelo does.
No, he doesn't stay. No, he's not a plotter.
His waist movement isn't that elite. Which is what if Beterbiev could put enough pressure on him and force him to kind of stand there in spots and counter, that'd be interesting to see if he can do it.
I think you'll be able to get him. It'll take a while because you can't. Guys that move like that, like you're not going to be able to hit them. They're not going to be there to get hit. So it's going to take a lot of rounds to break him down. But I think he will do it eventually. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I can see it happening. But I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be a
fight.
Oh, go ahead.
Just like what if this fight is super competitive? Since just like
it will be
discussion.
Yeah,
I mean,
it will be.
There's no if Beterbiev stops him late but has to take a lot of damage, or if it's like a very close score on the cards, then I guess does that skyrocket them pound for pound like we're talking?
I don't know if it goes to say it goes to a split decision and it was a good fight, but it's kind of not. How do you say it? You don't have a clear winner. I don't see how that skyrockets them. To skyrocket you'd have to do something definitive. You're gonna have to. Somebody's got to knock him out, or kind of what you said earlier. Maybe it's a 12-0 wash. It's like I won almost every round. That would show a lot of technical skill.
I wouldn't go as far. Whoever wins out of this fight, I would have put a number 3 behind Usyk and Inoue. I would have knocked Terence Crawford and Canelo down, just because they haven't done enough lately.
Canelo, you would have knocked
agree.
Canelo down.
And the thing is, he will be. This person will have. If Beterbiev wins, definitely I would knock Crawford down because he actually knocked down the most, recognizable names at 175. Bivol, he just gets a mention because he beat Canelo. In my opinion, that doesn't really count. You just beat a 5'7" flat-footed dude.
I
Put him above
think if
Canelo?
he wins,
I didn't understand. Would you put him above Canelo, the winner?
I would.
I would.
No, 7. You would?
Yeah.
I would. Yes, I would.
Okay.
Do I put who above?
Okay, all right. That's
No,
what you said.
Mirage, we're not Canelo super fans, man. Like we actually,
Okay.
you know.
I would put Beterbiev over him, especially if you really think about that, because he would be the guy that he'd be at least have to be number 3 on my for my not scorecard, but list.
And
rather.
the thing is, I'm with you, Quacks. And the thing is, we have to put into account that Beterbiev actually beat everybody else in 175. Like, let's say, Bosch, he beat him. He beat Joe Smith. He beat Yard. He beat what's his name? For the Callum Smith.
Smith,
he actually has a good resume, and everybody knows Callum Smith is an actual threat. Like you just can't go in there and beat him,
To me, Beterbiev and Bivol will just be exchanging between 3 and 4. Honestly, it just because
I think they're just going for like the who's the man in their division. In my opinion, you can't put 2 people in the same division in the pound for pound, but that's just my opinion. Everybody else has.
I totally agree with
list.
that.
I believe that they're both at 3 or 4 right now. Like
another thing is, I can't put you in my pound for pound list if in your division you have like at least 4 undefeated. I can't put somebody at 135 on my pound for pound. I'm sorry, that division is just it's just full of talkers and contractual obligations or whatever. But I just don't care about that division anymore. No.
That sucks though, because that's a marquee division. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Because 35, 47, and 60, especially for the smaller, mid-sized men, those are the best divisions to be in. You don't want to be at 40 if you can help it, or 54.
I actually agree though, and it's because most of I would say the recognizable names in that division, they're all Americans, and the thing is, American fighters, they don't really want the smoke. I don't really talk about just born Americans. I actually mean also base American fighters. So I actually count the Mexican as well. I don't really think all these fighters are ducking each other. A lot of times it's the contractual obligation or their promotional companies like Oscar de la Hoya.
Oh yeah, politics.
Yeah, they put out a guy that don't really need protection of Cepeda, which I think he's a really bad matchup for Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion. But
I agree with you.
But the thing is, for whatever reason, Oscar's always delaying fights, and she always trying to cherry pick and pack his fights record. All of a sudden, all of his fighters have 40-0 records, like Jaime Munguia had.
Well, hold on.
The other day.
The Cepeda fight, it kind of makes sense. He wants to make the fight with Navarrete, right? And that's going to sell. And you might as well get that fight out the way, It's kind of like Canelo did when he fought all those guys like Khan and...
yeah, but the thing is, 135 is kind of sort of 126 at the moment. Nobody's unifying, which is kind of embarrassing. Tank, he never unified. To me, he lives in his own world. He don't really count as a boxer, in my opinion. He's just an attraction.
Yeah, he's a sideshow.
I agree about
exactly.
Yeah, he's like the super midget. He's like the midget that can fight.
No, I agree about all those other guys. It's just with Cepeda, it's one fight, he gets that out of the way, and then I think.
And I think if he gets that fight against what's his face Tevin Farmer, I think that's a really good matchup because Cepeda is actually is a really comp for Shakur. With the slick defense and the pocket or whatever.
Great build up. I think they're building up the fight. I feel like there's a.
Yeah, but the thing is, Shakur got injured because his bitch ass hand got broken.
You can't really build up that fight, to be honest. One of them's really not getting the limelight like you should, and the other one is getting limelight, but the fans don't really want to see it. No one wants to see his barn ass. No, but he gets the limelight though. Shakur does get the limelight.
I think with Shakur Stevenson, I think everybody sees the writing on the wall, and all the promotional companies, they just want to be that company who cashed out on this guy. You know what I mean? Build as big as fight as possible. And the thing is, I think that was something shady about that injury of Shakur Stevenson. I think was something shady about it because he always was complaining about the left hand. even in the Los Santos fight, and all of a sudden the right hand is injured. It makes you think of
He probably forgot what
he doesn't punch correctly, so the idea that he broke his
I
hand
agree
is
though.
not-
I agree.
is
And
not,
if you see
surprising.
just let me just to this point, just so I just let anybody talk. Also, if you see any of those, the fight like behind the locker room when he's wrapping his hands, you never see like the whole in the palm, like in the middle of the hand. You see like they're wrapped it all around and then they cut it out, which is horrible. If you ask anybody, that keeps like your knuckles like tied up, in like almost impossible to bolt it like inside of the glove. Like that messed up your knuckles, especially around the pinky area. Like you pretty much put having like a tight. You know how you not you meet Telly boots like tight as hell. That's like the way, like that's that result of like that that bad wrapping on your hands.
You
So
alleviate
like
the tension. You're saying when you cut
there
it,
you
cut
go.
out that. Yeah, I hear you.
So like that's something that he has done like all his career, and also his horrible technique. Like he's one of those guys like like Haney, a couple of more guys like they can punch you hard by accident. That their technique is horrible. They don't move their heads, and I would say like 40% of your power comes of technique. I mean,
So
not
you don't
technique
think
of
it's a
just
sweet
moving your
science,
head.
Jose?
No, sorry, of just moving your head and timing. Like you got like 40 or 60% of your power right there. Like when you move your head at the right time, and they don't really move their heads. Like if they don't get like hit, they don't move their head. They get this one. They like the type of guy that get hit as soon as they move as soon as they get hit. That's what I mean.
So you don't appreciate the sweet science, Jose?
What happened?
You don't appreciate the sweet science.
Man, Swiss science Roberto Ronan, bro.
No, but
That's
he's pound for pound. That's what's crazy. That's what I'm talking about, man. They put these guys pound for pound.
I mean, he's pound for pound ESPN, pound for pound.
Yeah, he's not in real life. How could he be pound for pound?
But here's the thing, though. If you would but here's the
is.
thing about it. Like, I'm not hating on the dude. I'm gonna give him this much. If you're gonna go, going through divisions on paper, he's pound for pound. He's pound for pound like Crawford was pound for pound before Undisputed. He's like a good paper champ with a lot of accolades. But when you go down to the resume, it's like, who you really beat, And then you go to like the nitty gritty, and it's like, okay, you beat all these guys in these special circumstances and all these, contractual and weight draining, all these things. It's like, okay, you haven't been challenged. This is what I think. Like you've been 10 years as a pro, you had never been challenged. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, I think with Crawford, like at least at 140, he wasn't beating like these incredible names, but I'd say he's still beating like B-level fighters. Like Felix Diaz was a gold medalist, and he got like a draw with Lamont Peterson. And the other thing is, he took those guys, he put them out, and he fought them. Except for the Ukrainian guy, he fought them at their fight, and he beat them at what they're best at.
No, yeah, I agree with that. Like
no one picked the people he fought. No one picked.
The
majority of people did not pick the rival against Crawford.
No, I mean,
it was always the guy to win.
I already alluded to that. Like, yeah, I would say they're like B-level fighters, but I would say first that they're still better than the guy Shakur Stevenson beat, and he beat them in actual dominant fashion. Like De Los Santos, you could have just scored that fight for De Los Santos, and no one would have cared. Because he did nothing.
Here's the thing, though. If you were to go by CONCACAF, like you would have said, okay, Shakur have mopped the floor with De Los Santos. But when you actually watch the fight, you recognize that Shakur Stevenson only jammed the jabs after the fourth round. He never handled a backhand, and he was running like for majority of the time. He actually had like 2 or 3 rounds that he didn't throw a punch.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could have scored that fight. You could have scored that fight easily for De Los Santos, and
then you have bitch ass Tim Bradley. Oh man, he's like Willie Pep running around without throwing a punch, man.
It's so stupid.
By the way, that thing about Willie Pep just like won a round.
Wait, what's up, Mirage?
If De Los Santos was the A side, everybody would have been saying De Los Santos won.
If De Los Santos would have have a little.
I never. Sorry,
I think low key that was the fight like Top Rank wanted to like cash out on Shakur, because if you ask anybody, that was a horrible matchup for him. You know what I mean? Like Shakur Stevens, a guy like you must put like cherry picks and then put like a pseudo good name like Oscar Valdez, you can bully him like down the line, and not really like take. I mean, I don't care about taking the risk. I don't mind seeing pure boxers, but I like pure boxers that they know, they can light you up. Like, for example,
I got a question. Do you guys think that Shakur would have beat Loma, or do you think Loma would have beat Shakur?
I don't think so. I think he wouldn't do it with the pressure.
Yeah, Loma would have
I
killed
think
him.
Shakur would have beat Loma because they're gonna allow him to dick punch all night.
Here's the thing, though. You know what's
no
funny?
Chin. You got knocked out probably.
Nah, he would have been dick punching Loma.
Haney has a better chin than Loma. If Shakur gets hit the way if Loma hits Haney the way he hits Shakur, that's game ass over for him.
You know what's crazy? If nobody has paid attention to this, but every single belt that Shakur Stevenson have won, and every single division has outside of 135. He has won after Lomachenko have left that belt. Meaning he was the number one contender. He refused to fight him before. Him and Tank. But the thing is, nobody paid attention because, all the attention was on Tank. But back then, Shakur also docked him.
You're off topic, but when did these graphics in Undisputed look like this? I never seen them look this good before.
Shit.
I just updated them.
They look good, but the mechanics don't look that great still. What the fuck is so hard about this shit?
Yeah, I don't know. This is the AI playing though, but when they're up close,
It looks like all the characters have a stick up their ass. They all look really stiff.
Kind of, yeah. Like they all look like they're like the 50-year-old versions of themselves. You know what I mean? Like stiff shoulders.
It's like Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson.
Oh, also this dude is fighting as well, right? In Pro Box, Colbert.
Oh yeah, who's he fighting?
Omar Salido in Pro Box next Wednesday.
Oh, next Wednesday, right? This Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I like what the Pro Box are doing. What they're doing, like they're allowing like fighters that rebuild their careers, like Colbert. Like he's a talented young dude, but he needed to like be knocked out a couple of times just so he can learn his lesson.
A couple of times. Huh?
Yeah, they just like Angelo Leo was fighting on Pro Box.
He needs a level that he can step down to.
Yeah, exactly.
And try to get a win,
Yeah, because the thing is that dude, bro. They actually, I think that was bad when they matched up with Rayo again, because everybody knew, he needed, he lost the other fight because he got knocked down like twice, and he was getting touched by that left hand. All over the place in the first fight, and the proof of it is like I always knew, like, bro, if this dude would have stepped, sit down on that left hand, I know he would have got him out in the first fight, but unfortunately he didn't. And since Rayo, who the hell cares about Rayo? They gave him the fight to cover, especially in Florida, man. Oh no, hell no.
Guys, hit the like button, hit the like. And the link is in the description if you want to join. Go ahead.
I actually want to see who, what's his name? Cordina, who's going to fight this Shakur Stevenson, trying to catch up to Crawford, messed up his right hand. Who's going to fight now? Because I think he's still on the card.
Still on the card?
I think
Cordina still on the card?
I mean, yeah, because I think the only one who fell down the contract was bitch ass Shakur.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna fight 135, right? So
yeah.
I don't know who they're gonna give him a 135. Maybe they'll throw Zepeda in, real quick.
Oh.
And just gonna end Cordina's hope there.
I don't think so.
That'd be cruel.
I don't really think Cordina is that fragile. I actually think he was actual weight drain. And
but he got hit. It was a cheap shot. It was a punch or off the break. The ref stopped, and he hit him like clock.
No, but still, like if you see like the rounds previous to that, like you can tell he was the initiated, especially if you saw the weigh-in. Like I actually like Cordina's style. Like he's actually kind of snappy and he has a decent style. And I think he was. That's one of the effects of being malnutrition. Like you can see like his abs be like too pronounced in his body, and like his neck looked like a pencil. Like even after he rehydrating, which means
I agree. His feet weren't there. Like in his prior fights against that Uzbek guy he fought, he was moving a lot.
But like I don't know if any of you have fight, but when you can't make the win anymore, like you can even rehydrate properly, you just feel like disgusting about yourself. Like you just want to like vomit, to be honest.
You feel lightheaded.
And that I think that's probably happened to him. I think probably he just he couldn't even like rehydrate properly. Because he's a tall dude. He's like 5'9". Like he's actually a bad matchup for a lot of people though. I think he stayed on the way for like longer than he could.
He's like 32, right?
No, he's actually young though. He's like 28, 29. But he's a big dude, man.
People in the chat saying Andy Cruz would destroy Shakur Stevenson. Or somebody has Cordina is going to fight Andy Cruz, says Bray. Yeah.
That would be a great.
Cruz looked like dog shit in his last fight. He got clipped. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought on the.
He fought Antonio
Moran,
right? He fought Antonio Moran, the guy Haney knocked out, and he had an awful time hitting this guy.
Yeah, he was going life and death with him in the beginning. That's crazy.
Yeah, Haney destroyed that guy, so that tells you something.
Nah, I think but also Haney got touched for that fight too.
Yeah, but their styles are kind of different.
That was
also like Haney, let's not gonna act like Haney's he's not huge. That dude is gigantic.
He's big as shit.
Yeah,
that's what I was alluding to earlier. Like if that's what I think. Like if Loma touched Shakur like the way he hit Haney, I think Shakur goes out.
Yeah. No, by the way, I just looked it up. Cordino is 32.
Oh, 32? No, but that's still young though.
No,
and that's even making it worse when you weight drain though.
Yeah.
Like when you're in your 30s, weight drain.
Hard to
oh,
in
goddamn.
your 30s. Yeah, that's why.
Even in your late 20s though, that's crazy. Even in your late 20s, it will be hard to make weight.
After like 27, it gets much harder because your growth hormone is gone after you're 25, and then you kind of cruise for a bit. But then your muscles want to retain water, and when you drain them, it's much harder to replenish. It's not as elastic. Like your tendons get thicker as you get older, so you have
It's not hard to. It's not hard to make weight. Why guys should just pull their nuts up and just move up? Like once you're straining, you're just about killing yourself. Like just move up.
Yeah, but the thing is, sometimes
though. You can't do that now.
Harder.
Technically, they're not moving up; they're moving down.
Exactly.
No, but to be
down, that's right.
Harder. Yeah.
No, but to be fair, just to be fair to Cordina, and that I think that also happened to this dude, Raymond something. I think they just saw the opportunity, they saw the chance. Every season payday, like a good payday, and I think they probably talk to the managers. It's like, bro, listen, if you move up, you're not gonna get as much money as you're gonna get now. Squeeze one more time into this extra small T-shirt, and you're gonna get a good enough payday, and then you move up and fire a couple of tomato cans. But this payday you can miss it. Just squeeze one more time into these kids size T-shirt. And then you can move up even 2 weight classes if you want, but you can miss this a last chic check. You can just miss it.
Yeah, always. That's how it goes. But the other thing is he was champion, so if he moved up, he would still get an eliminator at the next weight.
But that's the thing, that not only he was a champion, I think he was a good champion, but I think he fought somebody named by Hernandez, and he clearly struggled in that fight, and I thought he wouldn't move up on the next circle. He even said he thought he couldn't make. He almost thought he couldn't make the weight, into the last moment. So yeah, like I thought he wouldn't move up the next chance, but the thing is, he saw that Riyadh season, on Shaq, easy payday, and he saw, Kakashi or whatever the name he was. It's like, okay, that's an easy payday. He's like, nobody are gonna get a fat paycheck, and and then I move up. But the thing is, and then as we saw, Kakashi fought the next fight against Josh Warrington, and he didn't look really good. He won the fight, but he didn't look really good. So I think he thought he would have, a winnable fight, easy payday, but unfortunately, he got caught with a good time punch, and that was all she wrote.
In the chat, people are asking if I'm playing the game. No, I'm not playing the game. I'm just letting the AI play against each other.
The kid I want to see fighting at 135, and it's because his pop has been running his mouth like all over the internet, is Kid Schofield. He's gonna fight the dude who knocked out the water dude, the water boy. What's his name? Austin, whatever. Sylph.
He's fighting Body.
Yeah, he fighting the dude who knocked out Sylph or whatever. H2O.
Yeah, Body.
Yeah, he got body in the his last fight.
Yeah, no,
So he gonna
body,
fight that dude. He gonna fight that dude on his next fight, Schofield. I wanna see. I wanna see how he fights because he. I don't know. He's being hyped up like these boxer, but I think he got his ass whooped on his last fight, and he got lucky that his opponent got disqualified. And he always, jumping all over the line and shit, and always getting hit. I think he's gonna get knocked out if and that's crazy. Like he's actually the mandatory and the WBA as well. But he knows he's gonna fight Tank. He knows them well. He's not ready. But his dad has been saying like, oh, my everybody's suffering my son.
Very good imitation.
That was crazy, bro.
I miss what
we must stop, bro. We must stop. Let me hear to go my sons and what for to go.
What the fuck?
Are there any
Yeah, you're
Tank
scaring
Davis
me.
fans here? Any Tank Davis fans?
Unlikely.
Any Tank Davis fans? Any Tank Davis fans in the chat as well? Let us know.
I'm a
thought
big Tank
Mirage
Davis
was a Tank Davis fan.
It's highly unlikely.
Bro, Tank Davis is like Frodo for the Lord of the Rings, bro. He lives in his own fucking world, like.
He's almost 30 years old, right?
He will be 30 in November, I believe.
Yeah, the way the way
He looks like he's 50.
I'm a big fan. What about him?
Well, he's running a scam on everybody. He's just
What do you
trying
mean?
to
He's the
scoop
best
up
at
money.
135.
Yo, Mirage, we can barely hear you, man.
Yo, Mirage sounds he's kidnapping
Yo, Bucho, why are you
awesome
telling him
military
that?
base or something.
Yeah,
That's
you're
for
right,
the greater good.
My bad.
So,
Speak up, you little pipsqueak.
Hold on,
You
is this better?
spider.
I don't know what's happening. Is this better?
No.
Yeah, it's better. It's definitely better.
Louder, you
Definitely
pumpernickel fuck.
It's probably because you have like the camera's microphone.
I think it's low testosterone.
Goddamn VDA.
These are refurbished Obama
Bucho.
phones.
Bucho. But what we're talking, Tank Davis, 30 years old. It feels like his career is complete. It's
Bucho,
incomplete.
if you allow me to add this one, just 30 years old, but I think though he sees the next crop of 135 guys, and I think he doesn't really see any advantage that he can take. Like he never have like hurt an actual 135 pounder. You know what I mean? Like Frank Martin was somebody who was never a contender. Hector Luis Garcia, he was a 126 who jumped on a 130 for an opportunity, and he took the best of it, and they're moving up to 135.
Rolly.
Then retarded as Rolly. Then we saw was the last fight of his last fight at 135. So you also drain a retarded ass dude with special needs, and then you could have knocked out the what was the name of Cruz. I never thought big of him, anyways. I think he's just like a novelty act.
In the chat, Handblow Boxing Review says that Cepeda will stop him.
I don't know about stopping. I would say it would be a good match. And I don't see Tank knocking out Cepeda. I think it's too big for him, especially if you put one of those rehydration clauses. But that's the thing, though. Like, I don't think he would have find nobody like with a good management. That were not allowed to put those stipulations on them. They always have to catch somebody who's really desperate, like Brian Garcia's ass. And
I don't think he was desperate. I think he was just willing to do it. I think
he's never going to fight him. They're not going to.
I think Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan Garcia didn't care. I don't really think.
Yeah, he had the balls to actually do it.
Yeah, I think something that I give respect to Ryan Garcia is that he actually, he fought Devin, he fought Tank. So compared to everybody else, outside of a little bit of Teofimo Love and not really much. I would say he's the guys with the most balls, even though his attitude and his action outside of the ring they're kind of questionable. But again, he's not my best friend, so I don't really give a fuck.
Teo's better than all of them.
I think Theo boxing wise is the more respectable, but I think he's turning into a diva as well. So he had the most man. he had the chance to make at least a really good fight with what's his name Barboza. I think he's running for Barboza for whatever reason. Like he's not doing really nothing. He can fight him. I think that's a really good scout in his resume. Just at the same level as what's his name Ortiz, Jermaine Ortiz. Just a tier lower than Jermaine Ortiz, but good scout while you're not doing really nothing, just being inactive. And that's the thing though. His style is really, relying on his reflexes. So you actually need to be active.
But Tank is proof you can dupe the public. Put it that way. Tank Davis is proof you can dupe the boxing public. Not you guys, obviously, but I mean, he sells. What did they say? He did 300K pay-per-views versus Frank Martin. I mean, he's obviously very talented.
I think it was lower though. I think they said it was
like 250. It was like 250.
No, what I heard. No, what I heard. It did like less than 100,000.
Well, that was Bam Rafael. I think he puts out a lot of Tank Davis numbers.
I think it was Benson. I think it was Michael Benson who put it up.
Less than 100,000.
Yeah, and I think multiple channels. I think multiple channels have said it. What's his name? The boys. We
it's not going to do less than 100,000. It's not going to.
No, sorry. I think it meant 180,000. I think that's how much he made. Like 180,000, some shit. Like he didn't even crack 200,000.
I mean, I'm glad Loma told him fuck off. I'm glad Lomachenko said you're not. He's not going to sell his ass.
The thing is, they see Loma. I don't know if you see like how animals behave. They always pick like the oldest, the youngest, or the weakest of the bunch. So they're actually picking on the oldest right now. They want to gang bang him. So now Shakur want to fight him.
That's not what animals do. But go ahead.
Gang bang each other.
They attack like the weakest. That's what I mean.
Yo,
so like the boxers, they want to
do that every now and then. Gangbang each other.
Loma spanks Tank.
Graphic now.
Loma still spanks Tank. He spanks that boy like he gives him a whole.
I'm gonna say something though. After the Kambosos fight, ESPN's been playing clips and they showed Loma's face after beating Kambosos. He looks old, man. Oh, I think is he 36 already? Or is he still 34?
I think Tank is gonna get beat by somebody who's not supposed to beat him. So whoever's gonna bet those $10 against Tank, they're gonna get a lot of money. Hear me out. Why I think about this? Because Tank is somebody who's just by his body structure and the way he fights. He takes a lot of punishment. 2, he's a butterball. 3, just the way he fights, snapping and being athletic. He's not really, built to belong in the sport. And I don't know why, but I think the Frank Martin fight told me that I don't really think he was just waiting until he gets tired or he was playing or whatever. I don't really like that. I think he's actually feeling his age and he's just really getting punch drunk. He's already getting punchy. Like he was getting punched, but he was getting hit by things that he was supposed to be getting hit. And also like just the way he was throwing punches and the way his body was reacting to it. His face was getting all swollen, his body was all swollen and shit. So I think he's actually struggling to make the weight as well, even though he's small as hell. But he doesn't really take care of his body outside of the ring like that. He's really known to eat deal meals in Wendy's. He's famous for that shit. And a
lot of candy.
No, yeah, candy. He takes advantage of the fact that he's really small and he can actually sweat all that weight like really fast. But I think he's gonna get cut by somebody he's not supposed to. So watch out for this Lamar Roach because Lamar Roach is actually on fire, and I don't really think he's gonna beat him. But I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Because the thing is, Tank will never fight somebody who's top level. So somebody like that who's gonna make a name out of him.
Doesn't it have like a 40% KO ratio or something?
I will never. Here's the thing, though. I will never go follow like the stats. I know a lot of these but box rec nerds want to go by that because a lot of guys don't have a knock.
Yeah, that's the only. That's
I don't call
probably
you
the
that,
only
Mirage.
ratio that I look at.
But why are you
I don't-
responding
I
with
don't
that?
call
Why
you
are you
that, Mirage.
responding? I'm talking about KO ratio. You don't think that's
I know.
important to determine whether a guy's a puncher or not? That doesn't
No,
count?
I don't. I don't really think you can go by that, bro. Because the thing is, a lot of guys they just have
What?
no, I don't really think so, bro. You can have
So if
guys
somebody's got
that
a
Yo, hear me out real
40%
quick.
KO ratio, you still might be a puncher.
I'm gonna give you an example real quick, Mirage. I'm gonna give you an example.
Like for
I'm gonna
instance,
give you-
Morel, like Morel, Morel, what's his David Morel? He had a decent percentage KO ratios, but most of those guys that he stopped were already stopped before.
I'm gonna give Damn, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, my bad.
No,
You
you're good, you're
didn't
good.
give an example about somebody.
Oh yeah. So let me give you an example about that. Like let's say Gary Antoine Russell versus Alberto Puello, right? Alberto Puello has a less than 50% KO ratio, but nobody's stopping, nobody's jumping on him. You can actually hear the snap on his punches when he hits somebody. You can clearly see his opponents doubting themselves. So he's actually has something behind his punches. So the percentage of KO sometimes it will tell you just like their competition, just like how close of their level they can be as well. Because if you were gonna go by that,
pretty good rule. It's generally in a general pretty good guide. If somebody's got a
it's
very high,
it's an okay
shut
thing,
up! I haven't
man.
finished talking. If somebody
an
has
okay
a very
thing.
high percentage, you can generally say they're a puncher. If they've got very low, you can generally say they're not a puncher. That's just the general rule of thumb.
No, that's nah.
Well, the way
That just tell you that don't really tell you the whole story though.
It tells you enough of the story. Other
Yeah,
than the
it
excuses
tells you a
you're gonna
little
make.
bit. It can
It
tell you
tells
a
You're
you
gonna
little
make
bit.
excuses now.
a good amount of. Well, I mean, it tells you some. We'll just say that percentage.
Yeah, it
of
tells you some, but not really.
For me, that's my favorite stat. I think the KO ratio is the best stat translate.
Like
when
I'm gonna give you like one example with your boy Benavidez. Benavidez don't have any KO percentage up 0 when he fights somebody his size.
Damn.
So what do you mean his size? I don't even know what that
I
means.
said this shit years ago.
Hold on.
I said this shit years
Prove me
ago.
wrong.
Mirage,
Prove
he's
me
gonna
wrong,
get tilted again.
Prove me wrong.
but can I say this is what? But
Anthony Durrell was as big as him.
Anthony
This is-
Durrell, everybody knows he came up from
he's
160.
saying he has
Prove
a
me wrong.
0% KO ratio at
Anthony
160.
Durrell, what are you
Durrell
talking
started his
about?
career as 154, my guy. Prove me wrong.
What are you talking about? No, he didn't. Anthony Durrell?
Anthony Durrell, my guy.
You don't even know what
He
fighter
did
we're
not
talking
start
about.
as a 168, my guy. He did not.
Anthony Durrell was a fucking 154 pounder.
No, Durrell did start at 168.
Yeah, this guy doesn't even know what fighter we're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about
Durrell
his
started at
brother.
168. Unless
Even his brother's big.
Nah, he didn't.
He did. Here, let me
speaking of
check.
speaking of 168, what does Billy and Munguia look like? What fight does that look like?
Yeah, he started at 168.
Yeah, so you were wrong, Seven. You were wrong. Are you gonna Seven? You're gonna admit you're wrong now, but you're still gonna.
Hold up.
He needs to admit he's wrong before we can move on.
To that, man.
I'm not, yo, Junior. I would not lie to you, dude.
Nah,
I think
he
he's too
wasn't.
big for 154, though. I don't know, man. Even young Durrell would. I don't know.
Unless the 164
I know he had
match was
fights
a
at
catch
160, man. I know
Unless
he
the
had fights at
164
160.
Unless the 164 was a catch weight, but then it'd still be 168.
Hold up.
Whatever. So Mirage saying that Durrell was a big guy, the same size as Benavidez.
Yeah, this whole thing, David. I mean, whatever. It's just dumb. David's a puncher. David stops people, and that's the fact. Well, he's always smaller than him. Whatever. I mean, they weigh in the same weight division. I mean, what the fuck?
As soon as you put somebody as a championship contender, he doesn't stop him, man.
He's not a traditional puncher.
Championship contender.
Plant is a contender and a former champion. He didn't stop and not even knock them down.
Oh, Durrell was
Mostly was a former
and
champion.
David
He didn't even put a dent on him.
People blame the referee for.
Oh, he had 3 rounds after that to still finish it.
He had 12 rounds to do it, BDA, Bucho. He had 12 rounds to do it.
I can say the same. I can say the same.
Sorry,
I can say
Bucho.
the same for Triple G. I can say the same for Triple G.
Listen,
when he started fighting championship contenders, he didn't stop knocking people out. Did he knock out Danny Jacobs?
I like Benavidez.
Did he knock out Canelo?
Benavidez. I like Benavidez.
You agreed when Triple G started fighting top championship contenders, he
knocked out Murata, who was a former. He was a champion.
Murata, a 37-year-old Japanese can.
To be fair with Triple G, at least he was fighting higher caliber opponents.
Benavidez been 12 years. Benavidez been 12 years at 168, bro. He never unified.
Benavidez debate with Mirage. Are we getting into a?
He started it. He didn't start it.
Time to end the show.
He started it. Oh shit.
Oh, Murata. Oh, it's so impressive.
Now, in reality, boys, my bad. I was just talking shit just to enhance this guy. I'm sorry.
Bro, no, don't let Mirage funk you like that, bro. Come on.
Okay.
I don't even understand what you guys are
I remember when I first met you, you were defending Mirage. Now you understand.
No, in reality, outside of the hold on. Outside of the Benavidez tapes, I actually like Mirage though. Like Mirage is a cool dude. And he's not on a bench. He actually stands.
What the fuck is going on here, bro?
He's obnoxious.
He just get.
You're a cool dude.
He just get obnoxious when it comes to Benavidez, but he actually makes some good points though. But you know what I mean? Like
you're still a new guy. Kick them both out, Bucho.
When are you gonna make a good point? When are you gonna make a good point? That's what I want to know.
I got.
You shouldn't compliment him. What are you doing?
How come David never fought Gilberto Ramirez?
What?
Yo. That's a good question, right?
David never fought Gilberto Ramirez.
You want David just to move up all these divisions like in a couple of days?
No, when they were in the same division.
They were in the same division twice.
How the fuck do I know?
Twice.
Mirage.
No, at 3 times. It's a 3rd time now. They're in the same division.
David Benavidez being at 168 for 12 years. 10 to 12 years. Never unified. He had a whole bunch of WBC belts. Never had a different belt.
Boxing politics. Not his fault.
Fuck that. He had Caleb Plant with the IBF all that time.
How long has Bivol been
He had Caleb Plant with the IBF right there, though.
Hold on.
So how long's Bivol been in light heavyweight?
Hold on, Mirage, shut up, bro. You asked if I had a point to make, bro. Why the fuck is David Benavidez clout chasing David Morrell? Why did they act like they're fight? And then his camp is coming out saying,
how is David the A-side clout chasing a nobody?
Finish, bro. Shut up, let me finish. David Morrell's team has come out and said, we haven't heard shit. And also, Jesse Hart has come out himself and said, I ain't heard shit about no fight. So he's clout chasing these guys' names, bro. Who is he fighting, bro? Who's he
How
fighting?
can the A-side clout chase nobodies? How does that fucking work?
To be fair, I don't really see... I always thought the Morrell was chasing Benavidez. I always thought that. I always seen that way.
Morrell is clout chasing. He's a nobody.
I don't want to say clout chasing.
David was out here saying that he was going to fight him next, bro, and they came out saying they haven't received no offer.
Maybe Morrell's lying.
Sobers, which
Morrell lying?
Nah, bro, you know.
Sobers, which David
Morrell lying?
Which David? They're both named.
You know what's going on with David Morrell, bro? David Morrell, he actually wants Benavidez because he actually can make 168. He just wants that fight.
Morrell said he's going up to 175 to chase Benavidez.
Yeah, he actually
going up there.
He actually wants that
fight.
Back
down to 168 and focus on Canelo. That's what he should have done.
Because the thing he actually said that he wants to make the fight while they're both young.
Why is Benavidez clout chasing, bro?
How can the A-side clout chase a nobody? How can how's the A-side clout chase a nobody?
Why is he saying he's going to fight these guys and they're saying they're not?
Because the other guys are bullshitting.
No. Yeah, the other guy.
They're scared to fight David and they're making up. Oh, I never heard anything.
Why
my
is
phone
he saying
was
two different guys' names?
Oh,
he's saying two different guys' names, and both of them are saying, "What's he talking about?"
You know what's crazy?
Easy, like
what's
Canelo,
his name? Silvers. So they were about to make the Canelo fight, and all of a sudden his manager was like, "Yeah, but we need the TV rights. If not, the fight's off the table." Was like, "What?" Like, so in reality, I
Exactly,
don't.
bro. That's the worst talking point ever.
Right, I don't really think he actually
I
won
don't know,
any
Mirage.
smoke,
I don't
bro.
think you understand, Mirage.
No,
Imagine
his
that.
point, bro.
He understands. He just can't respond.
No,
That's
then
true.
let me just explain it. Then let me
He
explain it. Then
doesn't like it.
What we're trying to say, Mirage, is that he never wanted to smoke in his own weight class.
Yep.
Yeah, Dave is the only fighter in the world ducking Canelo. Yeah, okay.
Imagine the
He-
D side asking for TV
Belanga,
rights, bro.
Belanga wasn't scared.
Dude,
David's
he
scared.
dug Bland in his same division for years.
No, he didn't. He beat
Yes,
the
he
shit out of
did. They even both had the same manager.
Just because fighters don't fight doesn't mean it's a duck.
It means actually because he said, "Oh no, let's marinate the
What did
fight."
you just say, Mirage? What did you just say?
So Canelo's not ducking him then.
Rewind it. Okay.
Rewind it.
Just because they don't fight, just for that alone, but there's more reasons behind it. Like most fighters don't fight. Are they all ducking
Sure,
each
big
other?
guy. Sure, big guy.
Most fighters don't fight. Are they all ducking? Is David ducking John Ryder because he never fought him? No.
Mirage,
he was ducking Plan.
I can tell you the people that David did duck.
Hang on. Go ahead, Quentin. Quentin's
I was gonna say, are you still fucking complaining, Mirage, about a fight that's not fucking happening? You should be worrying about Benavidez versus Jesse fucking Hart next.
No, I'm not.
Stop
I'm not
fucking
complaining about it. They started talking about it.
I think that Jesse Hart is actually a
brought
good
it up.
fight, though. If they make the fight, I think that's a good fight. Jesse Hart actually fought some people at 175.
Yeah. They're
I
making
think he
out like
fought,
Jesse Hart's.
What?
They're making out
That's a
like
good
Jesse
fight. What are you
Hart's.
talking about? That's a good
They're saying
fight.
that Jesse Hart's worse than Belanga now. That's the new narrative.
I don't know if he's best or worse than Berlanga, but that's a good fight. At
Who's got a
175.
better resume? Hart's got a much better resume than fucking.
No, he has fought some people. He has fought some people.
Of course, he's gonna have a better resume. And he's lost all this best.
And I think that's a good fight for Benavidez also because he's gonna be active. Because when was the last time he fought? Like 6 months ago. So that's a good that's a good thing to so he gets himself active. He's in fact gonna take the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol fight. So
It's a good
that's a good fight though. Yeah, that's a stay busy fight. That's a stay good busy fight.
All
though.
his fights are stay busy fights. Though.
Yeah, Bostic stay busy fight. Yeah, Andre planned.
Yeah, 40-year-old
fight.
No, Bostic was a stay busy fight, bro. That's a good stay busy fight.
Really fighting a fucking.
That was a rep. That was based off his
heavyweight.
He was not a top light heavyweight at that time.
He was ranked sixth. He was ranked sixth in rings.
That it makes no damn sense.
that
makes
can mean
no
anything,
damn
man.
sense. What are
Why?
you
He's a
talking about?
former one loss, former WBC champ.
Nobody's denying what he did, but how long was he out of the ring? That doesn't make sense for him to be ranked like that.
Yeah. He had 3 fights last year. How many does he need? Does he need 10?
Against who?
Against, go look it up.
But here's the thing, Mirage. That's entirely my point. I don't know who the fuck they were, and you don't
Here's the
either.
thing, Mirage.
And you're trying to use this as an argument. It's stupid.
I'm saying he was ranked, and he's still the same. He's still got skills. He's not a bum just because he had a fucking.
No, he's not a bum. I don't think he's not a bum.
God,
yeah.
You're distorting everything.
Well, there's no reason why you. Who do you think, dude?
The point is, he's a respectable
Bivol,
name.
He
was not a He was not a dangerous fight. He was just a recognizable name, an all recognizable name that it was
why
just a
isn't he a
busy
dangerous fight? Why isn't he a dangerous fight?
He was
why?
not a dangerous fight, Mirage. It
Why?
was not. Because it was that dude is 38 years old. Outside
he
of
just
any,
turned 37. He just turned 37.
He just turned 37. Like
Same age
he just
as-
turned
same age
27,
as
bro.
Usyk,
Come
same
on.
age as Usyk. Hang on. Same age as Usyk, same age as Crawford, same age as basically 1 year older than when Triple G.
You know what the difference, my guy?
Triple
You know
G,
what the
Triple G 2.
You know what the
was
difference, my guy?
36 years
Usyk,
old.
yeah, but Usyk doesn't have to make weight.
Yeah, and stop bringing up the
What?
exceptions to the rule.
You heard me.
Heavyweights have more time in the sport. Everybody knows
Like,
that.
wait, what are you talking about?
Dude,
heavyweights have more time
heavyweights
in the
don't have
sport.
to make weight. Like he only have to go to the gym and go practice his craft.
They don't age as quickly. That's what he's saying.
Like they don't have to go to those malnutrition and starving all night. They just go as they're going.
So now the third.
So you mean to tell me, Derek Chisora, do you
awesome.
think he's make weight, or do you think he's going crazy about like go body beautiful?
Nothing to do with making weight. What are you talking about? Dumb. At light heavyweight, the only two people you could say could beat Gvozdyk, Beterbiev, Bivol. What about versus Buatsi or Callum Smith? Or
I mean,
Yard?
if you mean
could beat all of them.
if you mean
beat all of them.
If you mean a young Bostic, yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you.
Okay,
And
today,
young,
why would you think Callum Smith could beat Gvozdyk today? Why would you think that?
To be fair to no, hold on. To be fair to your point, if you would have talked about an active older Bostic, yes, I would have picked Bostic, but he was not active.
He's had 4 fights in 18 months.
Yeah, but he fought cat drivers, my guy. You know what I mean? It's like
your boy went life and death with a washed gunshot.
I'm gonna give an example, Mirage. I'm gonna give an example.
You keep moving the goalposts. You keep moving the goalposts.
I'm gonna give an example, Mirage. I'm gonna give an example. If Tevin Farmer, who fought like 2 or 3 times before he fought Morataya, if he would have fought at least higher competition than the calf drivers he fought, I think he would have actually beat Morataya.
I don't care what you think. You said he was not active.
Hey, I'm just comparing, my guy.
He had 4 fights in 18 months, but now he's not active. He's literally one of the most active fighters in the sport.
How about not having rest during that time, my guy?
You have to
can affect your body, though.
You don't have to take everything.
Did you see his body at the weigh-in? Did you see his body? He looked
I saw his shirtless body, my guy.
Ever.
What are you trying to say?
He looked the best physical shape ever in his career.
At 37 than he was when he
fought. No, Mirage, no.
You don't think Gvozdyk could beat Anthony Yard?
Also,
you don't think Gvozdyk could beat Anthony Yard today?
No.
Okay, Anthony Yard lost to Lyndon Arthur. Gvozdyk can't beat him.
Not after that. Not if he's gonna pull.
I'm gonna tell you something, Mirage. I'm gonna tell you something about Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard is actually. Hold on. Anthony Yard actually is being cursed to being in a division with actually like gifted fighters because he's actually.
Lyndon Arthur beat him.
Hold on. The people have beaten them though. They actually like prove champions, which is Kovalev
Lyndon
and
Arthur beat him. Was Lyndon Arthur a proven champion?
A what?
Lyndon Arthur beat Anthony Yard. Is he a proven gifted fighter?
Yeah, but that's when Anthony Yard was a novice, man. Like everybody knows Anthony Yard is not known by his craft. Everybody knows.
He was a novice.
Hold on.
He was a novice. He was a novice 4 years ago.
After that. Okay, give me a second, my guy. He's like 29 or 30 years old. He's not older than 32. He's 33 years old.
He's 33. He's 33. Okay, so so when Lyndon Arthur beat him, he was 29 years old and had 23 fights. That's a novice, right?
So what?
The point is, he beat a prime. Lyndon Arthur beat a prime Anthony Yard. That's the point. And Gvozdyk will beat a fucking. Gvozdyk would beat.
Okay, hang on for a second. Hang on.
But Lyndon Arthur, Lyndon Arthur is not a can.
Can I make it easier?
Lyndon Arthur is not a can, my guy.
Gvozdyk's not a can.
So does
Lyndon Arthur is not a can.
Hey, does Lyndon Arthur give Usyk?
That's when you have to give. Hold on. That's when you have to give respect to contenders, Mirage. Contenders mean they can beat anybody in any given night. That's what it means, my guy.
I don't understand what you're arguing, though. Does Lyndon
Arthur?
Yeah, y'all two get a fucking room. Go ahead, Quags.
I'm arguing that apart from Beterbiev and Bivol, Gvozdyk could beat anybody else in the division today. He'd be a 50-50 at least versus anybody.
Dude, but that you can do the same.
Stop saying this stupid ass shit. Why are we listening to this guy? What are you trying to say, Quags?
Because you said Gvozdyk's past it.
Here's the thing, Mirage. You can tell the same about any other fight in 175, dog. Like, you're not really saying anything.
So he's not you said he wasn't a risky fight for David. That's what you said.
He's a risky fight for anybody, my guy.
No, you said he wasn't a risky fight for David.
I didn't say that.
Forget. You literally said it, you lying motherfucker.
Literally.
Well, what are you talking about, Mirage?
You said,
we're talking about our Yard. right?
You have to get used to this.
You said
Gvozdyk
Gvozdyk was not a risky.
personal now.
You said Gvozdyk was not a risky.
Severino? You
Well,
still like Mirage Severino?
Dude, let me finish a sentence,
No, I
dude.
still
You
like him.
fucking
You know,
retard.
Bitch. Shut up, bitch.
You said
it's like a barbershop conversation.
Gvozdyk.
You know, it's nothing personal.
You said Gvozdyk was not a risky fight for David. That's what you said, didn't you?
Who's not a risky fight, Mirage?
Gvozdyk.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
But they
Shut the
fought,
fuck
my
up
guy.
already.
It was not
Okay,
a
now
risky
you're lying.
fight.
You said no. What do you mean they fought? But when the fight was made, you said it wasn't a risky fight. That's
It
what
was
you said.
not
Now
a
you-
risky
now you-
fight, and the fight showed it was not, my guy. He showed in the fight it was not.
Because David beats him in hindsight, you can't say it wasn't risky before the fight happened. You're trying to, oh my fucking God, are you fucking serious?
You lying motherfucker.
What are you dumbasses talking about now?
I'm confused what he's
not a
talking
risky
about.
fight.
I'm actually kind of confused too right now.
Dude, we were talking
They're
about.
arguing-
Yo, hold on.
Look,
Give me.
hold on, wait, no. This is what happens when we let Mirage and his fucking fan steer the conversation, bro. Let's talk about.
Dude, we were talking about leading Arthur, my guy.
Now I got something, man. Does anybody think that? Does anybody think that Canelo could beat Bivol if he were to win? Does anybody think Canelo could win a rematch? They're talking about a 2025.
No,
I don't think so.
No.
What?
Yes.
Nobody gives him a chance.
Here's the thing, though.
It's
if,
unlikely.
If
He
he
beats the fuck out of him for him. Yes.
There you go. Yeah. If he catches Bivol, just how he catched what's his name, Kovalev, because a recuperated Kovalev, I think he would have beat Canelo because he was beating Canelo just with his jab onto the knockout. So
he's not beating young Rush. He's not doing. He's too old. He's not beating him.
nah, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is like when he fought Kovalev, just for Yard like 2 months prior, like he was not really like fully healed of that war because he went to war with that guy. I remember when he knocked him out with that jab. He was actually surprised, like what? Like,
and so I'm guessing nobody would give him a.
I would give it a chance
against
Beterbiev. I actually gave it a chance. Just because probably Beterbiev will throw whatever is left of his knee, on this fight, and the wing cycling after every fight or injury after every fight. So whatever happens after this fight, he's probably gonna have an even bigger injury, aka Sergio Martinez when he fought. What's his name? Cotto. Like if Sergio Martinez wouldn't have that injury against Cotto, I would have picked him because he was big enough and he was fast enough. But injury, he couldn't even move and punch correctly. So Cotto was just mauling him through this guy. So that's something that Canelo.
He had a good tactic, though. One thing I like about nobody talks about this, but if you watch that fight closely, he let Sergio beat him to the outside, and one of the best things you could do when you're orthodox is actually throw the left hook when you step inside, and he would meet him. He was fucking him up with it, and that's what nobody uses that because everybody's like, "Well, you have to get the outside position." You don't really have to all the time, especially if you.
That's a good example, and just a little bit of example, like how much of good boxers people were like back then compared to now, because Cotto was not really known by his boxer acumen, but just those little things and things he used to implement on those fights in the past show his high level of craftsman he had. And sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, but Canelo doesn't have the best left knee either. Like his knee's kind of like because he's always had like knee problems. But I don't think he beats Beterbiev at all ever. No,
I'm just saying that he only have that chance. Like his Beterbiev's body just disintegrate like overnight. Like whatever vestiges he has on those knees, and trust me, I had knee injuries, and they take a while to heal if they ever heal. And but you just not the same. You just don't have the same confidence.
Well, he said he wants Bivol, and if Bivol beats Beterbiev, they don't do the rematch. What else? What is there for Bivol to do? So
when he said that, and
Canelo.
something, Frank, and when he said that, I think he knows something. Like I think he knows something. Yeah, you know, maybe the promoters or the bookies or whatever are behind Bivol on this fight.
But
Like probably
you're saying
I
this
have a
one?
little bit of
Okay.
I have a little bit of you know of a suspicious, you know, if go to the judges, I think they're gonna give it to Vivo unless it's like a couple of knockdowns or something.
For sure.
Because he has the bigger money fight with Canelo. Is that your speculation?
That and
He's
he
more
actually, you know,
uptight.
his name.
Canelo prefers that fight.
That and of course, I think that's 80% of it, and also you know, Vivov is actually like the most recognizable name and the easier to pronounce as well. And Beterbiev is the guy who everybody likes to watch, but you know, is not really a lot of people who knows him.
No, he's
Bivol
just
leader, but you know,
puncher. That's what's crazy is that like nobody really knows who. Well, they know Bivol, but they don't really know too much about Beterbiev. You would think a guy with 100% knockout ratio would be like a face of boxing, but
the thing
no.
about it is just how humble, and he don't really give interviews outside of his fight. So outside of him fighting, you don't really hear about him. So because he doesn't really have social media or things like that. You know, because that's the same thing with Subriel Matias. It's the same thing with
He only
Subriel
has 20
Matias.
fights. He's got 20 fights out of Canada.
That's a good point. Also South of Canada.
Everything is just like where he's from, Eastern Euro. They're not going to be big stars. Very, very, very rare, hard thing to do.
He barely speaks English. Yeah, you're right. It's a lot of things against him.
I personally I'd want to see a Canelo versus Beterbiev match. I think that would be better for Canelo. I think maybe Bivol would always be all wrong for him, but I guess I would give him a better chance against Beterbiev than Bivol, especially after listening to you guys.
No,
also
no, Beterbiev would kill him. You don't know.
His best chance to win.
You don't want. Go ahead.
His best chance to win. If you're taking I'm gonna take a guy like Bivol that can bounce around the ring, you know, punching bunches, or take my chances with Beterbiev. Like who do I have a better chance against?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Actually, I'd agree with that.
From a stylistic matchup, yes, but from like a physical, like getting my head kicked in kind of shit, no.
Yeah, Beterbiev is more dangerous. It's a more dangerous fight, but it's also a more winnable fight. That's what he's
Canelo will have to change his style, like, because if he go up, like, and so it'll be a little bit because he's not going to move around the whole time. And going head to head with Beterbiev, I don't think he'll.
The thing about the fight with Bivol, I think he goes and watch that fight and he sees, you know, oh, I can adjust this, I can adjust that. If I don't throw all my load into this stupid ass shoulder arm punches and actually try to go through the guard, because he actually was able to pin Bivol a couple of times, and he make Bivol miss a couple of many times.
That's facts. Bivol did say that Canelo was dangerous the entire fight. He's telling people this guy, he was still dangerous because
I mean, if you remember, he was hesitant to go into the pendulum swim after like round 6 because he was scared of the counter. And the thing about Canelo is like, even though it's easier, you know, it's easier said than done. But the thing is, you know, he's a front-footed fighter for the most part. But when he's coming forward, he actually drags his back foot like last. You know what I mean? Like he steps and then he drags his back foot, so he has time to move his hip. So if you jab when he's dragging that foot, he really can do nothing. You know what I mean? He has to force to reset, and that's something that Bivol did. People just, you know, lock his ass down into that jab, and it didn't work.
Yeah, but Frank, you know Canelo doesn't want to take that risk. He doesn't want to risk that
Versus
shit.
who? Bivol or Beterbiev? Which he already said he wants.
Beterbiev. He's not going to risk. I'm getting knocked out.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't really think he wants that match.
Well, Benavidez doesn't want to risk the fight anyhow. That's the funny thing.
He'll fight them both. He'll fight them both.
Oh, but he hasn't fought either of them yet. Yeah, it makes
but my speculation with Canelo saying that is I think he's trying to steal David's cheese because that was David's whole game plan. Oh, I'm going to fight the winner, Bivol, and then Canelo steals his cheese again, which is kind of funny.
I think what he's trying to do.
Right.
I think what Benavidez is trying to do.
Let's be real. Benavidez said that to clout chase them both, bro. He was never gonna fight them. Otherwise, he would have done it in 2020, but he never did.
I think what he's trying to do is.
That's another brain dead.
We never did, bro. He
Well
was
done.
ducking them since 2020. Get over it, Mirage.
That's why I moved up to become interim.
Mirage, shut the
because he's
fuck up,
ducking.
bro.
You shut the fuck up, bitch.
Bro, you don't know shit about boxing, bro.
Well, I still know more than you, though.
You do not, bro. Like, I've heard you talk so many times and you don't know shit.
But I still know more than you.
I guess.
All right, that's enough for me.
Yeah, bro, like, your boxing IQ is kind of pathetic.
So Mirage, getting out of the Benavidez talk. So what do you
Which I
think?
never even started.
Hold on.
Yo, Mirage been
I
talking
didn't
this whole
mention
fucking
it.
time, bro. Shut the fuck up, Mirage. Tanke, you want to jump in with
Make
something,
me
bro?
shut up, bitch. Come over and make me.
All right, no
damn.
problem. Hey, bro, you
That's
don't
what I
got
thought. That's what I thought. Shut up.
No problem.
Mirage from the drink down.
Go ahead, Tanke. Go ahead, Tanke.
What's up, bro? No, just what are you guys talking about right now? Just upcoming fights or what?
Hey, Tanke, you got your AJ prediction? Sorry, the Dubois prediction correct.
Yeah, bro, I told you guys. Like, a lot of people criticize Dubois for getting hit a lot. And I'm like, that's the best attribute. Like, he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. He's gonna come and apply pressure because he doesn't care to get hit. Like, that's Munguia. Munguia's the same thing. They always criticize the dude for getting hit. I'm like, bro, that's how he fights. That's just him. He don't care. He's coming forward. You're gonna crack him. He wants to get his shit off. And then
what do you think happens? What do you think happens in the rematch?
Same thing, bro. Same thing.
I know. Yeah.
I agree. I think he's washed. I think he's washed at this point. But it could be like he made an adjustment when he who did he rematch? I'm fucking blanking right now.
Ruiz.
Oh, Ruiz.
Adjustments, bro. If you've noticed, AJ doesn't know how to adjust in fights. Like, he needs a rematch, and then in the rematch, when the superior fighter changes something a little bit, he's lost again. Except, the Andy rematch, I blame Andy for getting out of shape and looking like Mr. Potato Head in there, bro.
I agree with you on that part.
Boy, you time me out. You're so tough, man. You're so fucking badass, bitch-ass motherfucker.
The fucking marsupial's back. He's got
Hey, who do
Joey in
you
his
guys have between fucking Alexis Rocha and Curiel? That's a really good fucking fight. It's on that Zurdo card.
Curiel's a big ass motherfucker. He's huge.
Rocha looked good his last fight, bro.
Yo, can I cook on that AJ fight real quick?
Yeah.
So when I seen that shit, I rewatched the fight and I was trying to notice what the biggest difference was between these guys, and it kept going back to my head that it was Dubois' footwork, dude. His feet were too fast for AJ, bro. He was bouncing in and out, and when AJ tried to go back, Dubois was too fast for him. He could catch him every time, and I also think that's why he gave Usyk such a hard time, bro. Because he's a big ass dude, but he's light on his feet, and he was someone you could keep up with him. You know what I mean? So I think that's what that was obviously the power in the punches, right? But I really think Dubois' feet got him.
Sobers. That first punch really hurt him, though. Sorry, go ahead.
It's a good point. Also, I always thought that Dubois was dangerous, but also he was not dangerous at the same time because I don't gonna talk about his mentality, but the thing he has like a lot of like good attributes, but he was never able to put them like together before. So he used to like resort to be like dirty when he didn't really have to, aka when he bought Hargovich. But he put things together like against the AJ fight, but also let's think in mind that he actually has a background with AJ. Like, I think he knows things about AJ. Like, AJ doesn't do well.
Hey, why are you such a little bitch, boy, man? Why are you such a little bitch? Why does this guy have the authority to boot people from the channel?
I'm glad you said that.
Wait, what's going on, Mirage? Wait, what happened?
What the fuck?
He keeps booting me. He keeps booting me from the chat.
Who's this guy that keeps
Dude,
running,
shut
bro?
the hell up.
Faggot.
Wait, what's
Be
going on,
thankful
Mirage?
you're
I'm
here,
confused.
dude.
Go ahead with the conversation.
Hey, on the Dubois fight, I don't know if you guys noticed, but real quick, that dude came to establish his jab. He threw, I think the first 10 fucking punches were nothing but jabs.
But back to what you were saying, like when you said when he knew something about him, the guy that used to train AJ was training Dubois. I forgot the guy's name. So he knew some things about AJ, so like right intimately almost. So and sparring is sparring, but sometimes sparring does tell other things. Like, like AJ never could fuck with Dubois, like literally. Like Dubois went in there like, okay, like the routine. Like it was already a mental edge. Like AJ he wasn't sweating. It was kind of like jittery. He didn't really look all that confident because like sometimes sparring, it's a telltale. Like I think this was like premeditated, literally.
No, I agree. Even though I never put like big things on sparring, but
Was there any
the way these
excuses
guys were
from
talking
AJ's
is,
side?
I think. Well, go ahead.
Has anybody heard any excuses? Was there any excuses from AJ's side? When a guy loses, always has excuses.
AJ never gives excuses. To his credit, he never gives excuses. He does says a better man won. He never does. But
He
Except for the
had
Usyk
mental
fight,
breakdowns
and he
before,
stood.
but
I'm about to say, remember the second Usyk fight, and he like had that whatever the hell that was in the middle of the ring.
Awkward as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
down, but he doesn't make excuses. Like he'll give the better. Like he always, but to his credit, he does say the better. His credit.
At least he will, give respects at the end, and because I think he realized he was just talking, he was acting dumb, and he apologized at the end, and even the press conference.
Right, he British as fuck. Like he's always gonna be a gentleman. You know what I mean?
You can
do
say
people still
whatever
wanna
about
see-
AJ, but AJ is a gentleman.
Would I see people still want to see him versus Fury? I mean, why not, right? Shit.
hell yeah.
That's still a big ass
They
fight.
should give him a Wilder fight as the tune-up.
Yo,
Yeah.
I think Fury might
Wilder
knock
then
the fuck
Zhang.
out.
No, Fury doesn't have the power to do that. To be able to knock Joshua out, you gotta have serious punching power. All the guys that have put him down are.
Yeah, but I don't think you need power to put this dude out, bro.
Yeah, harm him
Who's
and
not-
keep him hurt, and then eventually you'll wear him out. That's what
Here's the
happened.
thing.
Heavyweight.
The thing about AJ is like
It's a weak ass division too. We act like they're
Bro, I think if they make the fight, I'm willing to bet Fury stops him in 5.
Stops.
Well, I mean, based on that,
AJ.
also what Dubois did is a lot different because Tyson Fury fights nothing like Dubois and doesn't
No,
punch like Dubois.
for sure. But if Dubois' jab was the issue, it's gonna be mad issues with the fucking bigger dude that actually moves, bro. I think
Perhaps
AJ's a
Fury doesn't-
stationary target to Fury.
And I think you're thinking of like a
I
prime
agree.
Fury.
I think Fury would deal with Dubois fine.
He would.
don't think so. I think
He's very accurate, bro.
Nah, Dubois would be a terrible matchup for Tyson Fury. That's the kind of guy that stayed away. That's the kind of guy that Fury stayed away from his entire career. Guys with good fundamentals, athletic, and punching power. No, he didn't want that with anybody.
I don't think Fury
day,
will. I don't think Fury will want to smoke with any of these young heavyweights. I think he's just gonna fight people like around his age, like Usyk.
bro, I think he's
and
ready
Did
to
you
Joshua.
guys? Was it me or was Tyson Fury disappointed when Dubois won?
Oh yeah,
He said
that's
150 M's. He got
that was like 70 million out the window. Bucho.
No, look,
he said
check it out.
150 went up in
No,
smoke.
yeah, there's a clip of him saying that just cost me $150 million, and he was like, "Pay me now, Turkey." But check it out though, the guy that was sitting next to him, one of the little businessmen, said, "You're still gonna fight him. You're still gonna fight him." So.
But it takes off some luster. It takes some things off a little bit. Like it's not the same, and especially in the fashion. Like if he lost by decision, if it was a close fight, but he got obliterated. Like it's like so yeah.
Did you see how Turkey left the ring? How he left the ring with his little booth thing. He's like, "Where's your hand at? Where's your hand at?" He snatched up his boot thing, walking out the ring. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he was pissed, dude. He was like staring at the.
He had a little Arabian boy toy with him and shit.
That's why Canelo don't like him. Listen,
nobody likes him.
Y'all seen that movie Alexander the Great with Colin Farrell?
Right.
You see, he falls in love with a little like Iranian boy toy. That's what Turkey had with him, bro.
He a whole fruit cup. I'm telling you, he a whole cupcake. That's why he be too touchy for me. He had Eminem sit. Everybody that sits next to him always looks uncomfortable on some Diddy shit. Like, don't be surprised they mention him. Like, that'd be crazy. Like,
yeah, that's why, like you said, Canelo doesn't go over there. He rejected his advances. He's like, I'm not fighting over there doing that shit with fucking Turkey.
Hey, who do
He
you guys
don't. He doesn't have to do that.
Zilly Zhang and Martin Bacoli, bro.
Oh, that is a good one.
Macaulay sleeps him.
That's what I think too.
Right now, yeah, right about now, Macaulay and Dubois right now. Like I think those two right now, like those two are like running up. Still like Parker, even though, look, like say what you want about Parker, he been around the block, but he fought everybody, but he's still
Hey,
there.
bro. Speaking of Parker, right after Dubois won, right, I was like, the only guy that's gonna beat Dubois is Parker.
I like Joseph. I like Parker.
If you toss him in there next with Dubois, bro, I'm taking Parker over Dubois.
Look, he's two or three. He lost to AJ, he beat Wilder, and he beat Zhang. Like literally, like so he's still like he's valued.
But you know he got dropped by Chinese Power. So
You're going
I think I'll pick Dubois, honestly.
That's the power of 75,000 billion Chinese behind it, bro.
No, you know what? I think Zhilei Zhang is dangerous for like the first few rounds. After that, he just gets tired and doesn't do shit. He looks like a fucking slow giant.
I think I would have picked Zhang and Parker to be Dubois.
I would pick Zhang early. If he doesn't get him out early, then he loses the fight by decision. Parker, I'm not sure. Maybe. Oh, fuck, I don't know. It's close.
I think Parker has superior footwork. He could keep up with him.
Yeah.
Listen,
he has nice upper body movement too for a big dude.
Dubois paid his dues, man. Listen, he's fought a couple guys. He's got knocked down, like, and he's fought the best, whatever. Like I said, dude, like he's a wild card. Like honestly, like
you know what?
Dubois has footwork though. I think he'll catch Parker.
Dubois, I think so too. By the way, I think Dubois redeemed himself because remember after he lost to Joe Joyce, everybody was discounting this guy. Like he has no heart, he has no this and that. Now look at it. He beat Hrgovic. Now he beats Joshua. His resume is better than Deontay Wilder's.
No, by far.
Yeah.
Wait. Time out. Wilder has a resume?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think once he gets to Parker, he'll probably do some ugly shit that he did to what's his name, Hrgovic on the inside to slow him down. I would pick.
You know what's crazy, Busho, about it? Since you mentioned it, that everybody always mentioned oh, he would have beat AJ, anybody who would have beat anybody like Bocoli, beat Anderson, but everybody they mentioned is gonna be AJ, or they always gonna match against AJ. They say with somebody who's a little older or around the age of AJ, but they never picked the Wild back in the days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though Dubois had good victories, he always be oh, he's not ready, and then they picked him, and everybody thought he was a cherry pick.
Is this a new Dubois though? And
Hell
by
yeah.
the way, he's gonna be fighting with more confidence now, for sure.
Yep.
Bro, I named him Daniel Genghis Khan Dubois.
Listen, he's found himself. Like he's like a lot of fighters since back in the day. Like they've caught L's. Like people think a loss or two is detriment to a career, but he's had his up. Even a controversial win with a loss to Usyk. He's been in there with the best. He's been knocked down, knocked out. Like he's been through it all. Like I said, so he's been forged. Like he's ready.
And you're right. And he started his professional career at 19 years old, I believe. 19.
Hey, give him a tune-up right now. Give him a little, a little.
Yeah, I'm about to say, give him a little. That's what I think somebody was alluding to that earlier. Well, he hasn't done this and he hasn't done that. It's he was pretty inexperienced. That's why you can't really compare.
Give him Richard Torres, bro. Get rid of him.
I mean, I also think though.
I like Richard Torres.
Oh God. Richard Torres. He beat the fuck out of Richard Torres.
Richard Torres beats AJ. He beats AJ. I think Richard Torres beats AJ though.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
No.
There's no way.
He's nice, bro. He's gonna be a decent heavyweight.
I like
it. Not because AJ lost this fight. And remember, guys, this is the heavyweight division. Guys, upper 200 pounds. So whoever hit you,
no,
over
you know what?
200 pounds, you want to feel it.
Richard?
No, Richard is too small for AJ.
He's gonna get PTSD and say, "Oh shit, another Mexican."
I think Richard fights too squarish for AJ, right open for a 1-2, and I don't really think he can nullify
or some shit.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
No, I think he's just like a novelty act. That dude, Richard Torres.
Hey, would you guys be mad if they gave Gerald Miller to AJ as a comeback fight?
Well, AJ's out the top 5 for sure.
I wouldn't mind that fight.
That's a good little fight.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind that fight. Like a good comeback, hard fight, because it wouldn't be that easy as people think. You know, Jeremy can take a punch.
He beats that hamburger.
Dumbass can take a punch.
He beats that hamburger by points. Easy.
Hey, you know what, bro? I like Gerald Miller, dog.
No.
Gerald Miller, he's a dog, bro. Like that dude, he comes to fight. Like there's no bitch in that dude.
He's a
cheeseburger. Something underrated about Miller is like outside of him gassing out, he's gonna put a lot of pressure on you, and something underrated about him as well is gonna take away your jab, and because that's like one of the main things he does to like smother your punches, get under your jab, or just like smack it.
AJ beats him off condition. AJ beats him off condition alone. If AJ just boxes, AJ can just beat him like
conditioning. AJ gets tired as well, man. Like let us try to act like AJ is like these guy, like, you know, go 12 rounds and all of, you know, he gets tired, man.
Hey, why do you think he didn't try to box Dubois?
Because he couldn't.
Because he was nervous. Like he couldn't get it together. Like there was no filling out process. He like walking in the rumble. There was no filling out process. Like he was like, the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Like, nah, bro, we're doing it now.
Hey, if you go watch the first round, bro. Just watch the first round, and you'll see what happened. Dubois, like I said, Dubois threw his first 10 punches were jabs.
Yeah, because he was trying to fight AJ's jab.
Tried to come in, bro. He would land his jab, and then AJ would reset, and that's why he never figured him out. Just off a fucking jab. He did catch him, and was it the last round where he hit him, and he kind of like fucking. He buzzed Dubois, or it looked like he buzzed him.
This is another thing. AJ's last 3 fights was really about, like, especially that Uganda fight, like that. It really wasn't about nothing. Like he wasn't really pushed. It wasn't really like Dubois was fighting for his life. Like it was a whole different. Like you could see it in the fight. Like if you go past their past 3 fights or whatever. Like it's like I don't know. Like AJ's a cream puff at this point, man. Like it's.
Also I think a little small, maybe like 20% of it is like, you know, AJ also thought, you know, this fight would go his way, you know. Everything outside of Usyk, you know, will be on my way. Nobody can stop me. I think it was a little bit of that because he seemed shocked after the first knockdown.
The guy that used to train AJ was training Dubois. Like, I mean, this guy was, and he was training AJ for a while. I think it was AJ's early in his career where, you know, AJ makes the same mistakes. Like, this was tailor made for Dubois, honestly. Like, I don't know if anybody really knows that, but yeah.
Hey guys, in the chat, we got an interesting comment here. Thane Vakarian says, he says, did you guys talk about Dubois, arguably the worst cheater in recent memory? Low blows, forearm across the throat, headbutts, pulling down on the neck and punching the back of the head. Did you guys see that?
I mean,
I do see the low blows.
He did all of the above on that Horgovich fight, that's for sure.
Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do? I mean, Canelo Berlanga, that shit was dirty. Virgil's a dirty motherfucker, bro.
That's not what you're supposed to do, but continue. Sorry.
I don't bother me too much, to be honest.
No, but it's part of the game, bro. Like, what was his name? Loma is it Salido?
Yeah, Salido.
Yeah, bro. Orlando.
I mean, I know what you're trying to.
Salido.
Yeah, bro, like those are called veteran tactics, bro. Like, you know,
that's called cheating.
Those are dirty fights.
No, it's cheating, bro. It's not, bro. It's a fight. Like, it's a fight.
This is the heavyweight.
It's the ref's job.
It's a boxing bout.
It's a boxing fight, man. It's not a street fight.
To tell you something. It's the ref's job to tell you something, bro. And if he's not telling you something, then you got to defend yourself. You can't be a dumbass and just let yourself get hit. Like, it's a fight, bro. But you got to understand they're fighting, right? They're trying to win. And if the ref isn't telling you or stopping you, then keep doing it.
It's a boxing bout. It's not a Muay Thai match.
Hey,
The heavyweight
the refs
division
don't tell you nothing, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
the heavyweight division grapples the most.
That's
too.
why
Like,
we need to start fucking
Well, if the fight would be like,
petitioning these stupid refs.
no, but the thing is, if the fight wouldn't be like not a championship or not a 96,000, stadium or whatever, a low level fight, yeah, they disqualify you as for that show. Hell yeah.
But
Wasn't Angelo Leo and Venava pretty dirty?
Yeah, but that's a championship fight. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's like a
Well,
low level
I
fight,
get A-Muck's point, right? It is a fight. You're supposed to be pretty clean, but if the ref isn't saying shit, then
no, I'm with you. But what I'm trying to say is, when it's not like a championship fight, like it's not stuff a state, they actually go above the book. Like for example, when you see like a good fight, like Fury against Wilder, like they're gonna give you extra time to like recuperate. They're not gonna give you the knockout after like they say 5. Oh no, you out 5 out. They're gonna give you the chance to come up.
Well,
sometimes because that's a championship.
Can I say something?
Like the Usyk Fury fight, they gave it a little more time to recuperate because that's a championship fight. You're not gonna let it go just because you want that fight to be excited. But if it's like a low fight, like a 6-rounder, oh hell yeah, get the nigga out.
Well, sometimes you have to fight against the fighter and the ref because if you remember the Isaac Cruz versus Cabrera fight, Cabrera kept clinching on him and Cruz got frustrated, so he started headbutting him and he got a point deduction for it.
Hell, fucking Schofield when he fought Swirl, motherfucker he keep jumping on him, so like he got wrapped around that dude, and he keep him. I don't think he does it like on purpose. But it's because he don't really know how to box well, and he jumps on the other people's lines, and he always headbutt people and shit, like trying to be fast and trying to be explosive, and it's more like a Tasmanian devil with no direction.
And in Dubois' defense, honestly, the heavyweights, they grapple the most out of all divisions, if I'm correctly. So you're going to get a lot of headbutts, going to be a lot of this and that. So you better defend yourself and get what you can get.
But the thing about Dubois, bro, I'm with the other guy. Like he actually throws like the head and then he throws the right hand. Like he actually tries to hit you with the top of his head.
But say you were fighting Dubois, what would you do I'm sure you fight, right? What would you do as a fighter to fucking make Dubois stop coming in with the head?
I would have just timed his steps. Like for example, like he likes to pendle a step forward. So as soon he lifts his feet.
That's a good idea, Levi.
I hit him with a jab right on top of his forehead, so he's forced to reset. The same way Usyk was. Hold up. I'm talking. Hold up. The same way that Usyk was doing.
Hello.
Can I add?
Somebody's fucking mute, man.
Somebody has like a background noise.
Hello, brother. Hello.
Did you say like off his lead foot? As soon as you see his lead foot, off the pendulum step. As soon as you see his lead foot, and then throw the jab.
What?
When he does the pendulum
steps. As his steps.
Okay, like off his lead foot, and then throw the jab.
Lead or back foot, any foot. Because the thing is, if he's not planting his feet, just like the Usyk fight showed, he doesn't get really his offense. So that way he's gonna keep on resetting. He's gonna get frustrated and throw some dumb shit. You can cut him with something.
Bro,
but if you let him do what he do, like you're in big trouble. Cause he can hit you hard, boy.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys already. I don't know if you guys already spoke about it, but is it true that the reason that Tank Davis and Rayo isn't happening is because he wants Rayo to come down in weight? Is that
he
true?
had to drain him. He had to drain him.
Hold on.
All right, what I heard some rumors that
Robert Garcia said it.
Yeah, there you go. Like the fight was supposed to be up, but Robert, they say like, the fight was supposed to be on 140 because of the belt. Like, nah, like let's drag you down or whatever. And Robert Garcia said they're not gonna accept the fight if it's not at 140. Just because he not gonna, because the thing is the belt's at 140, so he's not gonna be draining his fighter for no reason. So he just rather rest his fighter and just enjoy the little vacation that he has, just wait till next year because. at the end of the day, at 140, he still have like a couple of fights lined up. Because he has to do his mandatory like by February or March or some shit. So either way, he's gonna get a payday. So fuck Tank.
If he went down, he was fighting for the 35 belt, right?
If he goes down.
So that would make Rayo a 2-division champ because he never got a belt there. I don't even know why he got a belt at 40, bro. To be completely honest, what did he do to deserve a title shot at 40? Like he skipped the damn line. And then second of all, bro, if you go back down to 35, you're not losing your 40-pound belt. Like you're still keeping that shit. You're gonna lose to this motherfucker regardless.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Do you remember what happened with Hector Luis Garcia? Like he went up and then he went down. That's what's gonna happen. Like you're gonna lose to somebody that you're not supposed to lose in Lamar Roach, because he was not supposed to lose the fight.
I mean, I would get it if this was like his third or fourth fight at 40, but bro, like he just moved up.
Yeah, I agree with you. But that's one of those in-house fights that they made out of the random.
I know it's not a good idea, but I don't think he beats him in either weight division, bro.
Well, didn't Tank get fight at 140? Yeah,
he got knocked the fuck
No,
out.
but yeah, but that's the point. Like, no, but that's the point, dog. Like, he just don't want to be a sacrifice for Tank Davis. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he's not paying you life-changing money either way. So fuck that guy.
But I mean, he is Mexican. We're used to sacrificing people, so he should have got the bag.
Yeah, but
he's sacrificing people from other tribes, bro, not ours.
I think, but here's the thing, though. That Mexican, hold on. That Mexican, the whole recipe shit, I think those are excuses. Because if the two fighters are famous enough, they're gonna make money regardless. It's just the thing that they're always trying to avoid the fights they're trying to fight. Because Tank being avoiding, every single other fighter, like incredibly enough, he has avoiding Devin. Because Devin didn't accept the fight because he wanted to put a rehydration gloves to Devin. And Devin, he's like, nah, fuck you. And then Shakur, he been running from Shakur for a while. Because he didn't even say nothing with the word ass just to avoid him. That's something that nobody has mentioned, that he actually been ducking Shakur. The Loma fight, he's been ducking it since 2017. And now he wants to fight him because, he's pushing 40. So in reality, he's that whole Mexican thing is like the low ball skills. I don't want to fight nobody who represent a threat to me, so I'm gonna pick somebody that just happens to be Mexican or from some other country that doesn't really it's a bad style for my style, for my style, aka Mayweather. Because Maidana was not Mexican, he picked him, so fuck that.
Rayo should fight Duarte next.
That's not a bad fight, though.
Who you guys got?
Duarte is somebody who actually likes to. I actually like his fight, though.
Duarte's tough, but
he's tough.
I think he loses.
What's with the
David Benavidez? Isn't it like Jose Ramirez supposed to fight
a big fight?
And Barboza. That's a horrible man. I don't know.
Bro, Teofimo Lopez get me on my fucking nerves, bro. That's two easy fights that wouldn't, keep busy fights that we recognize them with names. That Jose Ramirez and Barboza fight.
Ramirez ducked him, bro. He didn't want to fight Teo.
Ramirez don't want to fight anybody right now.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he wants.
I think he just because I think he got married like last year. I think he's like on a honeymoon or something. Like these dudes, they just getting soft like after a while. I think Ramirez, I think what's his name? Josh Taylor took his soul.
Josh Taylor fucked him up. He punked him.
He's never been the same since.
No, and it's a little unfortunate because he had a pretty good draw, didn't he? For a fan base, I mean.
Well, the thing is, I think he sees the writing on the wall. I think he sees that he's gonna be sacrificed to somebody like really soon. So I think he's just picking like the right
Garcia.
one.
Yeah,
no, don't do that.
Can you? That'd be hilarious.
At 147, I guess.
That's exactly what's gonna. That's gonna be his comeback fight. Wise.
Well, yeah, it makes
I like
sense.
that.
No, Ryan only
At
wants to fight black
147,
fighters, bro.
at welterweight, it makes sense.
Yeah, it would be good. And y'all seen that fool's interviews? What's his name? Jose Ramirez. Sounds
No.
butt drunk and shit.
Oh, really?
In his last fight with that Cuban dude, was it Bartholomew?
That shit was.
Yeah, he was eating a lot of
Yeah,
left
that shit
hands,
was
yo.
crazy. It was like a bad and good fight. Sometimes it was crazy.
You know
Yo,
who he
ate a
reminds
lot of
me
left
of?
hands over. He hit a lot of left hands in that fight.
You guys watch MMA, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So he
Like Tony
reminds me a
Ferguson,
lot of
right?
he reminds me of Dan Henderson, bro.
Dan Henderson, hell no.
The later year, bro, like those last years of Dan Henderson, he was like the dude was he was out of it. Like you would hit him and he would get hurt pretty
Nah,
damn.
Dan Henderson's a legend, dude. He's healthy.
No, I'm saying I'm not
No,
comparing
you're tripping.
careers.
Fool.
But
You're
I'm
talking
saying
about
like
Tony
like
Ferguson.
nah.
Yeah, that's more.
Yeah, that nigga's getting knocked out left and
Is
right.
that-
Bro.
I don't
He
like
gets-
that.
Every time he
Nah,
gets
he's
punched,
talking
he gets
about
hurt.
Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is punch drunk.
Yeah,
That's for
No,
sure.
but Nate Diaz, bro, is a bitch to knock him out. I don't remember last time he got knocked out. Like that motherfucker can take punch for days.
That's because he's already knocked out in his brain.
It was Josh Thompson.
He's
Head kick.
For real.
He's already on sleep mode, bro.
His brain isn't autopilot. I don't give a fuck.
What y'all think about a possibility of Christian and Billy and Munguia?
Munguia fucks him up, bro.
I think Munguia.
Bro, and Billy's trash, man. Just stop.
Munguia fucks him up, and Billy is too slow. He's fucking robotic too, bro.
Yo, Munguia, bro,
Munguia in
is
3 rounds, fool. Munguia in 3 rounds.
Yo,
I don't know about 3 rounds, but I see him stopping him.
Like breaking him.
You know what's crazy, guys? Like
I'm on the opposite end of the fence. I think this is going to be like almost like a 50-50 fight, 45-55. It's going to be tough.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Like, in these days, like the lower divisions, like 130, 135, they're gonna be forgotten in a minute, and the divisions they're gonna get hot as hell will be like the ones that people never mentioned before, like 168. Because once Canelo and the other, wanna be tough guys, not fighting anybody for real, like Benavidez, that division is gonna be filled with guys. They're gonna fight each other, like Mombili, Munguia, Plan is gonna be in the mix. So a lot of guys they're gonna be fighting each other. Hopefully, because they don't really make a whole bunch of money.
Exactly.
Because I think they don't make a whole bunch of money, and they're gonna since they're not chasing one guy, they're gonna be forced to fight each other.
It's gonna be like the lower weight classes under 122. Since these guys don't make a lot of money, like the other weight divisions, higher weight divisions, they have to fight each other. They have no choice. They can't really marinate.
They have no choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're already doing that because you got Munguia who just knocked out a young undefeated fighter in Brazilian.
And don't forget, Busho, the 175 also is gonna hit the reset button as well.
You know who else is at
There's
68?
gonna be a power vacuum.
You know
Yeah,
who
because
else
I
is
don't really think
68
Bivol is
that
gonna
wants
fight
to be
again.
bro?
Beterbiev or Bivol, they're gonna fight again after that fight. I think they're just gonna retire, call it quits.
Then apparently, the guy that a Cuban fighter that people keep bringing up, Iglesias, he's fighting a Ukrainian fighter by the name Ivanov.
I don't make Iglesias that good of a fighter. Though. I've seen of some of his fights. He's okay.
Petro's gonna fuck him up.
And then William Skull's fighting Shishkin. So yeah, all the top super middleweights are fighting each other if they can't get Canelo.
No, but
Except
that's
for,
good. That's good. That's good. That as soon as Canelo, spread those belts, whenever he decides to retire, which is probably pretty soon, hopefully. Like,
well, yeah, because
these guys are gonna be
undisputed at
fighting
175 soon.
Hold up, they're gonna be fighting for the vacant belts, so they're gonna be fighting each other soon. That's something that I would like to see, and I would love Canelo to be stripped from one more belt, because I think officially, he's the undisputed either way, with or no belts. So I think I would have loved if he gets stripped from one more belt, so like the other guys can fight for it. Like so, because I think he's holding on the division for a little bit. I don't really like that. So I would have loved if he would have been stripped at least for like I don't know WBO, since it was the second most strict when it comes to the mandatories. So I wish he gets straight up one more belt. So like Mombili and Munguia, whoever are forced to fight for that belt.
Yeah, that's gay.
Hey, they should. If they do strip Canelo, I want him to fight Bud because I believe Bud is gonna knock him out.
Man, come on. That's a circus fight, man.
Nah, Bud's gonna knock him out, bro. Bud is
I actually want to
greatest
see
fighter since fucking Bruce Lee.
I think I want to see Bud more with like somebody like what's this dude that Charlotte docked? Temzu. I want to see the fight actually.
He's gonna get beat the fuck up by Bakram.
I prefer that too. I think Tim Tszyu beats him, but I
That's
prefer
more
that
that's
as
more
well.
like an interesting fight, right? Like
I agree.
And Crawford.
Why do you call Crawford Bruce Lee as if Bruce Lee was like there's weight classes for a reason? Bruce Lee's not a real fighter. Like why do you say
Bruce
that? Like
Lee beat fucking Hakeem Olajuwon, bro. Who does that?
No, that was.
That was a movie.
He wasn't
That was a
Hakeem
movie.
Olajuwon. It was.
That's like Bud Crawford beating Canelo, bro. It's the same thing.
He said Hakeem Olajuwon.
Was that
Kareem? It was Kareem.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of high, bro. My bad. My bad.
That was Enter the Dragon.
You're good. You're good.
My bad right there.
Manny Pacquiao knocks out Bruce Lee, like period, bro. Like period, bro. Like we know what real fighters.
Period, bro. Yeah, we know it.
You know how many tournaments I won with Bruce Lee in the UFC game? Too many.
Yeah, to be fair, on a real fight, I don't think many people will fuck with Bruce Lee, bro.
In modern MMA,
he knows how to do it. He knew how
bro.
to
Like,
do it.
if you hear stories about Bruce Lee, bro, like he only accepted like legit experienced black belts, not like guys with black belts.
He's losing in modern MMA. Bruce Lee is losing. He's losing to any wrestler.
He's not losing, bro. Nah, I don't think so.
Guys,
Oh hell no.
You guys know where the stories come from. Those stories come from
Oh
fucking
hell
Hollywood.
no. It's not Hollywood, bro. Like, nah, bro. It's not Hollywood. Guys, no.
Hey guys, stop talking over each other.
Guys, old school trainers. Unfortunately, like those trainers, they're like probably dead. But like people from like back in the days can tell you like stories about it. Like his martial arts schools do not accept people that were not like at least a black belt. Like you were not going in just to learn. Like you have to be there, like to understand a level. That's no stories, bro. Like he was that guy. Like he actually was.
But those disciplines don't matter. The only disciplines that mattered is striking and grappling. At the end
you
of the
think,
day,
bro? Listen, Muhammad Ali used to watch his films. He used to watch. Dude, everybody used to respect that dude. What are you talking about?
Quentin, you're breaking up, man.
The whole thing, bro. The whole thing of like the pull counter, everything that shit's from Bruce Lee, because he used to say, put an object that is perceived as a, as a target, but it's not a target. It's just a bait. Bro. Bruce Lee, bro. Go back and watch his films, bro. Like not his film as movies, but his actual fighting films.
Aston wants to say something. Go ahead.
Hold on. He learned to pull counter when he's learning to box.
He learned at Ray Robinson.
It's like Jean-Claude Van Damme, bro.
Let him finish.
He idolized Muhammad Ali in boxing. If you notice, like in his movie between Fist Chinese Connection, he was a lot more stationary. And Enter the Dragon, throwing feints and then throwing jabs and stuff. He got into boxing later. He even mentioned, so somebody even asked Bruce Lee one time, who would win between you and Muhammad Ali? He said, are you kidding me? The man's hand is big. He'd kill me. Like, he was very humble about it. Like, he's not like I said, Bruce Lee wasn't invincible and all that, but he learned. But when he added boxing to Jeet Kune Do, that's when it became complete. Literally, when he's leaning light on his feet, like basically between fencing and boxing, that's when he really when he reached his peak after that.
Well, I don't know, bro. Like the reason why not many people practice his martial is because nobody's that good anymore. So I don't know, bro. That dude was.
He learned boxing over here. He learned
MMA now. There's no reason to learn.
Yeah, but he throw kicks as well, man. Like he was not only like
striking. That's what MMA is. MMA does that.
Wrestler would destroy Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee gets on the ground. He's getting grinded up. He's getting grounded up, bro. Like he's not like wrestler strength is different. Like he didn't deal with wrestlers and world class wrestlers and world class strikers and different things. Like he dealt with people who had
he did one on the green. Well, on the Green Hornet, you know who Gino Jean LaBelle is? On the Green Hornet, Gino Jean LaBelle was a stuntman. That's actually where he got a lot of Jeet Kune Do from. That's where the judo from Jeet Kune Do came from. Was because supposedly Jean LaBelle picked him up and put him in a trash can. And he's like, "Oh man," he's like, "I need to learn this." And that's where a lot of the grappling and arms, like a lot of the arm manipulations and chokes that you see in like some of his later movies, he got that from judo.
Boxing always beats Wing Chun and karate. Like there's even there's black belts and they're fighting like amateurs, and it's on YouTube. Like the boxers always outclass. Like it's too stationary and it's not realistic. Boxers are too fluent.
Go watch the early UFCs. You'll see. All right.
I would say depending on the levels.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, guys, we're gonna end the show, but thank you for jumping in. All right,
Take care.
A good night. Thank you. All right, guys on YouTube, thank you for for listening, I should say. Stay tuned for Mr. BDA's preview. He made a short video, a preview of Beterbiev against Bivol. So stay tuned for that. And what else? Pretty much it. Things are gonna pick up as we approach the big fight, Beterbiev Bivol. All right, so stay tuned. Have a good night.
Warning. You are entering open line.
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
I'm going to bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's going to be biblical.